This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
Cork rot is a very real thing.
Smelled the cork. Okay. Episode 141.
Usually, you tell me when we're going to get started. I feel very...
I do?
Yeah. You always say, are you ready? And then I say, yeah, go ahead. I'll be ready by the time you finish the intro.
Well, I guess, yeah, you're right.
And,
Ooh, I like
do
this
that.
little fade thing now.
Yeah.
We just discovered a new feature. Oh, how you doing, everybody? Back
Pretty
from
good.
a Thanksgiving weekend. In studio, we have Louis C. Petersen with us.
How you doing, guys?
Good. Very good. I know very little about you other than you're a graphic artist. That's about it.
Louis
That's
is
all
my,
he told me.
my
And
cousin-in-law.
Cousin-in-law.
Is that
Yep.
how that works?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I had a special in to get in on the show.
Well, actually, we invited a different comic book artist in. I was
Plan
like,
B.
wait, why didn't I reach out to him 2 years ago to come on the show? So, which one am I wearing? No, you're wearing the new logo.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw
Yeah,
those.
he
Anybody
I saw
did
them
that
online.
logo for us.
yeah,
Very
that
cool.
was Ryan G. Brown.
We're gonna probably ask you to do the same thing.
Yeah, no, I was gonna
Some-
say
at some
I
point
should
during the
definitely
show.
draw like a comic book characters of you guys.
I found you on Tumblr,
Yes.
Louis1022.tumblr.com.
Yep.
And
that's
at Louis Petersen 4 on Twitter.
No.
Okay.
But maybe
so
I
scratch that
you know
one.
what? I started a Twitter like a long time
We
ago.
don't use ours
and
either.
I lost track of it.
We do. It's just automatic.
I
We
use
don't-
like
I don't
Pinterest,
engage.
and Instagram, and
Instagram.
All that
What's
stuff.
your Instagram? Because I don't like I said,
That's,
you're a bit of a mystery.
I
The
think
last
that's
two.
Louis 1022, I think.
Oh, so you're keeping the 10. What's the 1022?
That's my birthday.
Aw, happy birthday.
Just so I don't
Happy late
forget.
birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just mainly because I can't remember anything.
Well, how
What's
long
the
you been?
password to your account? Do you use the same thing for everything like I do?
No, I got a new one now. Yeah, it's all new. They don't let me use my old one.
Oh, speaking of passwords, our the Dead Radio podcast online business banking account is active.
Great.
Yeah, the password is
Comic
they,
666.
I'll give it. Yeah. I'll give it to you later. It's awesome. It's lots of fun, and I have all kinds of alerts set up. So if you get all
Great.
spend happy.
No,
They
the
can
only
let me
thing,
know.
the only thing that I took the money out for the shirts that time.
Yeah.
That's it. We have a new sponsor.
We do.
Yeah, Adam number 2.
Adam number 2
Yeah.
on Patreon.com.
$5 a month.
What
Oh,
a son of a
congratulations.
bitch!
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
we officially have three patrons.
Wow, I feel
Yeah.
honored.
Mhm.
If only all of our fan
Yeah.
would do that.
Yeah, all 5 of them.
But no, that's
But we
cool, man. Thanks a
appreciate it.
lot.
So I've already given him probably more stickers than he knows what to do with, but
Yeah.
he gets a sticker. So
He,
if you pledge $5 or more. Is that me? Someone from Yonkers was just calling me.
Why is that hooked up? Oh, the Bluetooth.
It's all linked. No, it's not. It's not Bluetooth. It's a Mac thing. If you had an iPhone, that would happen on that computer too. You can turn it off. I just don't know how. Same thing with iCloud sharing.
AdamDeadRadio@gmail.com for
Yeah.
anybody who knows how to do that.
Yeah.
What the
So it
hell
doesn't
were we
happen
talking
again.
about just now?
Adam number 2.
Adam number 2
Adam number 2 is
contributing,
our
yeah.
UPS driver.
Yeah.
at the coffee shop.
Oh, all right.
And he's a super fan of the show.
He was listening to
Yeah.
episode 52 today, and he finally found the birth of a moment of silence for Jason Fulham.
Mm-hmm. He's not dead. But
We all wish he
very
was.
inside. If you want to know why, listen to episode 52.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's good promotion for the show. So exactly, I couldn't find your Instagram. Now I know your Instagram. I actually should go to it now so I can take a look at your stuff. But the little bit that I saw the what was it? The angel and the devil fighting above the world, fighting above the earth in space. That was cool. I use that as the. So it's kind of more like a new school kind of cartoon style, or is it like? Kind of go either way.
A lot of comic book, cartoon, graffiti, kind of all mixed in there somewhere.
Similar to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like the
Similar to
very
Ryan.
cartoony stuff. I do a lot of comic work. I'm working on a couple of comic books right now.
Awesome.
Which comic books?
I have,
So the people know.
The people know. So I have a comic book. It's called Vesuvius, and it's kind of like it's my take as a superhero comic. And it's based off a friend of mine who has a pizza truck called Vesuvius. He's got 2 different trucks. And so this is like his secret life. So during the day, he sells pizzas, but at night, he fights crime and uses the power of the volcano. And there's kind of a crazy plot how he got those powers. And so that's what I've been working on now. And he's going to sell those at his pizza truck. It's kind of like a cross-promotional thing.
Cool.
I just do it for fun, just for him. And, we'll see what happens with it.
That's cool.
So this is something you're doing on your own? It's like
yeah.
So you guys self-publish?
I self-publish everything I do.
Cool.
So, and I work at a print shop too, so it makes it easy for me.
Yeah.
Is it?
I would imagine that would be convenient.
Is it better? Is how? What's it like nowadays? I mean, is it worth getting published nowadays, or is it just better? You're better off on your own.
I don't know. When I was younger, I was like trying to look into how you do it and like all these submissions and like it just seemed crazy. It just seemed like you were just a drop in a bucket, and there was like 30 people that were more talented than you, and who knows. So I'm just doing my own thing the way I want to do it, and we'll see what happens with it. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just trying to make some cool comics and constantly improve on what I'm doing.
Sounds like us.
Yeah, I did a show here in Poughkeepsie at one of the comic expos at the Civic Center.
Cool.
That was awesome. The people here were really awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Great response. Sold a bunch of posters, comics, everything. People were trying to make connections with me. It was a good time.
Should have you do a show at the Crafted Cup.
Yeah, hang up your artwork.
We have Ryan's stuff up now. That was he was in for that. That was how we met him.
Okay.
And then we've got like 2 more shows lined up. So like 3 months maybe. If you
what is that? The Crafted Cup.
So that's the coffee shop that we both left established careers to work at, so that we could do this dumb show.
Okay. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff all framed up.
Yeah,
It's
that'd be
ready to
awesome.
go.
Yeah, we're always looking for people, and we like to do like a opening reception thing too.
Yeah.
We get live music. Drink some local mead.
Yeah, we can drag in some fucking one of the many distilleries or breweries that we have in our back pocket.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, speaking of which, we should probably do some. What are you drinking?
Yeah, because it's
what do you say? It's what are you drinking?
I didn't change this key map, so hang on, let's see if it works. Yeah,
Oh man,
I gotta change them all to that. All the music bed ones, anyway. So as I mentioned, this is a very drinking-centric show. So we're gonna try a bunch of things. Why don't we start with what you were drinking?
I brought the Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA.
Nice.
I'm a
Good
big
choice.
fan of the Dogfish Head stuff. My favorite beer, I couldn't acquire it tonight on my way here. I ran out of time, so I was trying to get their
What would that be?
the American Beauty that they do. It's like a single bottle. It's like a Grateful Dead inspired beer. It's made with.
Say it one more time. What was the name of it?
It's made American Beauty. Made by
Oh,
Dogfish
that
Head.
was that was AC.
It's good
I,
stuff.
we go through this
For the
every time.
1000th
For the
time.
3000th fucking time. I have celiac, so I can't have beer. That's that gluten allergy.
Okay.
So the Dogfish was my first like real favorite brewery, and my favorite, one of my favorite beers of all time was the Miles Davis Bitches Brew.
Yeah, yeah.
That was it was like
was really good, yeah.
wild stout with Ethiopian grain, some sort of Ethiopian grain, and it was an excellent beer. But the Grateful Dead one came out, after I got diagnosed, so I had to stay away.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's an awesome
So
beer.
am I.
Incredibly bad for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's what I'm good at, I guess.
So what do you think of the 90-minute then? I mean, it's I have my opinions on it, so I'd like to hear yours.
I like it because it's really it's really strong and thick. Like it's you're freaking drinking one of those. I don't know. It's got the strength that you need. You don't have to drink like a ton of them.
Right?
Yeah, it's 9%, so you're drinking it for sure. And it's the best thing I had at 7-Eleven because I was late getting here. So
maybe we should have him sign a waiver real quick. Driving home.
But
yeah, I really like. I would say I prefer the 60-minute over the 90-minute.
Yeah.
But I'm not big into very very malt heavy beers like that. And that, like you said, you're drinking it.
Yeah.
You could taste a ton of alcohol. Very malt forward, little on the sweet side. Very quality beer. It's just kind of tipping into that malty area that I'm not crazy about.
Dan Schwartz is checking in on YouTube. He's asking how hoppy / nutty is Dogfish Head, and I was thinking it all depends on which one. Like they're pretty heavy-handed when it comes to the flavor profile that they're looking for.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you go with like their Indian brown ale. It's a fucking brown ale, and they let you know it is.
Yeah.
And their IPAs are the same, but I always liked their IPAs, especially the 90-minute, because of how malty it was. Because I was never a big, huge like IPA guy until later, and then that all stopped. But 90-minute had always been like the top for IPAs for me. I liked the heaviness of it.
Yeah.
You ever the 120?
Yeah. I bought a case of that. Me and my friend split a case of that. We went down to the brewery.
It was like $300.
We go down there. It's a little cheaper, but not much.
We went down there a few years ago. That was kind of your last hurrah.
Yeah, that was the last hurrah. They had Johnny Cask on cask while we were there. Like it was like the last couple days.
Oh,
the waitress came up and she's just like, "If you're, we just tapped the Johnny Cask. If you want it, get two." You should just get two because they're all gonna go. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll get two.
That's cool.
And that was a real treat. So
did you go to the brewery or the restaurant?
Both.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm like a stick in the mud when it comes to vacations.
Yeah.
So I was like, if we're gonna go to the beach, we're going somewhere that I can drink and I know I'm gonna be able to have fun.
That's cool.
So like they're on the beach and I'm like
Delaware.
Yeah, I'm in jeans and motorcycle boots, drinking beer.
Yeah.
It's a cool scene though down there. They have like Dewey Beach is there, and there's like all these crazy clubs and bars and it's like,
we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun just fucking around, just like that stupid sideshow shit that they had on the boardwalk. Dumb games and arcades and everything like that. I like that stupid shit. I remember doing that as a kid. It was
the
great.
brewery's a cool scene too, though.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool.
There.
They had all kinds of wild shit.
I would love to see it now.
I had a black raspberry mint stout when I was there.
That was weird.
Wow.
They had they first had the Festina de Peche.
Yeah.
They just debuted that, which is I guess is pretty popular now. Like I see it in gas stations.
I remember when they were just testing it out here and there. They'd have like seasonal type or packs out just for feelers, and I remember having that and going, God damn, that's a sour one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. They're big into like their art and their music and everything. Like they always have like different artist features on the labels, and I'm trying to get my friend with the food truck. They have this big.
What's his food truck?
The Vesuvius.
Food
truck.
Vesuvius food truck.
So they're trying to get him to bring his truck down there because they have this big like art and food truck festival.
Yeah.
So it's like if we could do two, it's like 2 in 1. So I'm trying to get him down.
We should do a Dead Radio vacation.
Yeah, it's a
wow, to Delaware.
It's a huge thing. It's like they invite food trucks, they invite distilleries, they invite all these people, and it's like they take a big section of some state park land that's not too far from there, and they just have a huge thing. And they have like a pretty decent lineup of artists that perform there. So
cool.
I'm gonna try to get him to go down there this year.
Hell yeah.
before you leave
Does he have-
tonight, give me his information.
I will.
Does he have
we're doing-
gluten-free pizza?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Probably
Now that
doesn't. He
it's just one of
shouldn't.
those things you don't think about unless you
Yeah.
got to think about it.
Yeah.
He
We're
might.
we're doing a charity event, and I need a couple of food trucks.
Yeah, buddy.
So,
I'll talk
yeah,
with him.
Might be
I'll tell-
something you could make.
That's
a
really
little bit
hush
and
hush though.
He kind of
Yeah.
owes me one, so
Just everybody keep what is it, May 12th open.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Saturday. It's the day before Mother's Day.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You probably should because I've mentioned it several times. In your
Yeah.
business.
It's I don't know. Anyway, Adam is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about
Have
this
you
fucking thing.
Have you fucking tried
It's
it?
really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this is misto. It's a mead, but Salt Point Meadery would be angry because they have honey wine on the label.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but this has star anise, ancho chilies, and pink peppercorns, and it's fucking phenomenal.
That's what
Yeah.
I don't see. It's not spicy to me, but
I'm
I
getting.
don't know.
Like,
I don't get a lot of that.
take like a big swig. You start to feel a little bit of a burn back of your throat. It's very, very, very mild. But this reminds me of the Equilica. You're not getting any of that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not getting
I can
much
smell
out of that.
anise.
And all I know is it's delicious, and I thought it was just straight up. It really
Yeah.
didn't.
It's a little bit. I would say it's
Yeah,
a
none
little
of
bit.
the flavors are standing out to me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I would say it's a little bit sweeter than Salt Point stuff, and it's slightly effervescent, which is nice. And if you do have an issue, it's they don't add sulfites.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to have naturally occurring sulfites, but ooh, and it's
What do you
12.5%.
That's high for me, right?
Unfiltered, may contain sediments.
Interesting,
no added
right?
sulfites.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me it was a mead, I would just think it's like a white wine or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you're just using honey as the sugar base.
Yeah.
But I really think that meads are going to be really popular really soon because I'm just seeing them crop up. And
That's cool.
I was really hoping that the mead would sell as well as it has
Yeah.
at the coffee shop, but I mean it's surpassed what I thought it was going to do for sure.
Oh, it's done really well. I've
Yeah.
been purchasing it myself after I punch out.
This is
the end of the
this is
day.
nice. You could have this with like food pair. You could
Yeah,
have,
this
like, some
would
seafood or
be
something.
really good with seafood Mexican. I had I have another bottle which will probably open but not finish. That'll be later on, but that one's aged in rum barrels, and that really comes through. But I wanted to try this too. It's for mead. It's reasonably priced. It's $20. Same as Salt Point Meadery, but mead's a lot more expensive to make.
Yeah.
So I completely understand, and it is. It's 12.5% alcohol. So if you think about it that way, it's really not that bad, price wise. But I drank a whole bottle of it the other night, and was very very happy.
This is mellow, so I can see
Yeah.
how that it could go down
Oh,
without
this
you
is a
even knowing
problem.
what's about to
Yeah.
happen.
It's easy to drink.
Yeah.
It's super dry. I just, for some reason, I'm just not noticing the flavors for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, when you named off those flavors, I was expecting like some crazy shit to happen.
Yeah.
But it's just a mellow.
Yeah, it's very
nice.
very
Yeah,
mild.
it's nice.
If you want to try, I should bring it in to the show sometime. But we've been kind of trying to concentrate either local really good stuff or
Yeah.
just fucking PBR, just like cheap shit.
Yeah.
But it reminds me quite a bit of the Equilica that I keep talking about.
Yeah.
And that's a South African mead, which apparently South Africa really fucking knows what they're doing.
But you're black. Can't ever fucking South Africa is ruined for me
Yeah.
because of Lethal Weapon 2.
So you don't think of apartheid, you just think
Nope.
of Danny Glover.
Yep, I think
Yeah.
free South Africa, you dumb son of a bitch. Yeah, that's what I think of. I don't know. I can't get it out of my head. But,
Yeah.
this is it's delicious.
Yeah, and you can get this at Arlington Wine and
I'm
Liquor.
just for some
And they're
reason
out
my
of-
taste buds are
they're-
not on.
They are out of Carmel, New York. So I already talked to them on
Caramel?
Instagram. No, it's caramel.
I know.
Caramel is a
they're
candy.
interested in coming on, right?
Yeah, that's what they said. I mean,
Okay.
who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of people say they're interested in coming on, and then it never happens.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but I
They're
would
missing
love to
out.
have them on. I'm probably gonna message them tonight. Hopefully they're listening. I gave them a link, so that would be really cool. But we're gonna try both of them. What are we moving on to already?
Yeah, I don't want to suck their dicks too much. We're moving on to another local one. Karina got this for me for Thanksgiving. Also, it's not.
Thank you.
Don't feel obligated to drink all of this.
This might. This isn't. I poured you very little because it's an acquired taste. This is called Glug, and I believe I drank it on the show.
Does that have the two little dots
Yes,
above the U?
GL like O with the U, the umlaut. Yeah, it's a Swedish drink, and I don't know if I did anything for the show, but a while ago, we have an Airbnb, Airbnb room above us. A couple stayed with us for like, I don't know, a week and change, and their son was going to Marist. He was getting settled in. To thank us for the stay, they bought us a bunch of Swedish stuff from IKEA. And a bottle of Glug, but it was non-alcoholic. They're like, usually this is alcoholic. This is actually a decent representation of what we drink over in Sweden. It's a pretty decent recipe. It's everybody has different. It's kind of like
the non-alcoholic one. They just did it with like fruit juice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is a mulled spice wine that they do over there, and it's I think 22% or 21.93%.
Wow.
And it's meant
21.9.
Yeah, 21.9%. So what you do is you heat it on the stove normally, and you serve it warm.
Okay.
But then you burn off the alcohol.
Not like boiling, just
warm it up.
Just warm it like tea or whatever. But what I was doing was I was pouring it into my champagne on Thanksgiving, and I was fucking losing my mind over it. It was great.
Glug tail.
Yeah, my glug tail. I like that.
It's spelled GLO with the umlaut above it. GG, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this particular Glug is made by Hedda, and they're out of Rhinebeck.
Cool.
So I'd love to reach out to them.
Depending on the reaction, that is.
Well, yeah, for you guys, I'll let you go.
I mean, I'll have anybody on the show.
Head is a traditional Glug, handcrafted in the Nordic traditions. Serve heated and bask in aromas, unripened fruit, cardamom, cinnamon. It's it's pretty much just like a spice wine almost.
It's great, but it's definitely like an aperitif.
Yes, it's very, very sweet.
I want to use it in cocktails. I don't want to drink it.
Yeah, I use it for. I like to get champagne and put it in there. I might just do some tonic with it. Like if this was like a gin, if you mix this with gin, I think it would work too.
Yeah, I would picture doing a Manhattan and sub the vermouth.
Oh yeah. Yes, a Manhattan. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great fucking. I'm gonna do that. Maybe at the break.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So, but yeah, man. This is much better than the IKEA bottle.
Yeah.
Similar, but much better flavor.
Yeah, it's definitely strong.
And they're in fucking Rhinebeck. How weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to sister-in-law Karina.
Yeah.
It's for.
It's a very family-oriented episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're just fresh off of Thanksgiving, which I did serve the that bottle of Salt Point, the black currant.
Yeah.
They have a black currant mead that tastes like red wine. So after dinner, I was like, "All right, guys, here, try this shit."
I didn't know
went over well.
Mead was so popular right now.
I think it's getting there. I mean, especially that's two local places. You know what I mean?
Wild,
and
it's so hipstery to drink mead that it needs to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll be motherfuckers with their goddamn beard and their flannel drinking out of a mead horn in Brooklyn in 6 months. I guarantee it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean,
he's got a horn.
Yeah.
Now I have to get one.
Yeah. I want one of the ones like from Game of Thrones where it's got the handle. Just easier. Because otherwise you're holding a horn the whole. You can't put it down.
Yeah, no, you need a handle.
You got to bring your stand with you.
Yeah, it's got a
carry
stand that comes with it.
have.
And I made like a little lanyard for it, but it just looks stupid. so I didn't
Yeah,
use it.
it looks more stupid than actually just drinking out of a horn in
Yeah.
21st
I wouldn't
century.
do it in public, but well, every year when like Game of Thrones would come back on, I forgot to do it this year, but when Game of Thrones would come back on, I'd go and buy a bottle of mead, or use some that I made myself and just drink a shit ton of that out of a mead horn.
You could have like a helmet that has 2 mead horns on top, and you could
like,
screw them
unscrew?
off. Yeah.
Dude, that's a
idea.
fucking great little invention, like a Viking helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you
It
just screw the things
screws
on, and
off
the
or-
hoses come. Wow, the hoses could be part of the chin strap.
Oh, so you see, I was picturing one so that you could like sneak mead into football games.
Oh, that'd be sick.
But you guys are talking about like a beer helmet, but it's a Viking helmet.
Yeah, I'm saying
Right.
like something you can take into battle
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Huh.
I really think we need to prototype this out and make one.
We could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I've done prototype illustrations, so I
Yeah.
can help you guys out with that. Yeah.
For sure. And we got access to a 3D printer. I was trying to come up with something to make.
My
There you go.
God,
There you go.
this
Yeah.
might be it. Viking
Yeah.
beer helmet,
Yeah.
or Viking mead helmet.
Yeah.
Ah,
I think we can make it work.
write
There
that
should be
down.
some other things incorporated into that.
So
Like if a lot
Yeah,
of them
Viking
have
mead
corks.
helmet.
You
Yeah.
need like some tools, some hidden tools.
so
that we
it
pull
would
down.
have to be like you'd have to be able to unscrew at least like the tip of the horn to fill it, and then you'd have a hose coming out the bottom that
Yeah.
would go to your mouth. But the hose would need to go up and then down like the beer helmet, otherwise it would all just drain out. So Viking mead helmet, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
So if we
All right,
make
well, there's some R&D that
You
needs to
could
be
have,
done.
you know,
That's all.
You could have the what is it? Glug? What's it called?
Glug.
Glug. You have the glug on
You
one
could
side.
have glue-
You could have something on
yes.
the
Yeah,
other
you could do
side,
two different ones.
Mix them together like a
Mixture
cocktail.
Mix your glues.
A Viking cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll write Viking cocktail down too, just in case.
A little backup. No big deal. Yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah.
With the what are you drinking? Well done, everyone, for bringing good
Yeah,
good
so
shit
we'll
today.
we'll do round 2 after the break
Um,
with the other one, the rum. What the hell? We'll find out after the break. I can't remember.
So let's talk a little bit more about your.
Can you show us some examples?
Yeah, you got a
break out some
whole
examples.
bunch of shit.
I brought some stuff. I brought some stuff to give you guys.
We love
Some
presents.
comics and stuff.
gotta try.
Let me break those out.
Good.
I was looking all over for the one that you gave me years ago. I was like, it's in a box somewhere with all of my books, and I don't know where that is. It's got to be in the garage.
So I'm gonna pass out. These are some little zombie comics that I did. They're kind of just like a. I'll pass this one to you.
Hi.
Whoa,
my name is
Jesus,
Turtle.
no! I hit pause for Christ's sake.
And then there's another one. This is like some crazy.
What the fuck? What are these? Just mini comics?
Yeah, it was like a compilation of different cards, birthday cards I did for my wife, and I kind of just put them in a little book.
This is awesome.
There's no real story there. It's just kind of
Wow.
some random violence.
So I'm thinking instead of doing a logo, could you make us like
Di-
a miniature comic book like this, just like 4 pages?
Dead,
Yeah,
a dead radio,
definitely.
a dead
Absolutely.
radio
Because
comic.
I would love to give these out to people.
Absolutely.
This is
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
I can
think
take
so.
this out of the plastic.
You
Is
can.
it gonna lose?
It's yours. No, I'll just print you another one.
Oh, this is fucking cool, man.
Yeah, that's like a prototype. That's like a school project. I have this character. It's like a horror comic. It's like a take on I don't know, Jason Voorhees or Mike Myers, just somebody that just can't be killed. They have like a mask on their head and they just go around killing people.
Mason.
Yeah, Mason.
Mason returns. He's got a
Mason
bag.
or
He looks like a
Jason.
janitor with a bag of paper bag
Yeah,
over his
I
head.
don't really know. It's a real juvenile.
punched a dog.
thing. Yeah, he's killing people left and right, and I didn't really know what to do with it. So I just it's something I've been working on for
Sorry,
a long time.
Pooch.
He's fighting dinosaurs?
He's
This is
yeah.
great.
So basically, it's just kind of it doesn't make any sense, but it kind of does. So that was just a test. It was like a test. I have a book that I'm planning, but I went to school and I kind of tested it out with some teachers and students to see what they kind of thought, just to see. I was trying to.
Did you get yay or nay?
People liked it. People liked it. The teachers are always whatever, but the kids liked it. Students liked it.
That's wild.
But
Yeah,
I
this
was
is
just
really
trying to
cool.
develop the craft, develop the character, develop the story. Like I didn't really know what I was doing, so it's kind of experimental. And I'll give it to you, but I have a whole thing ready to go.
Jesus
But it's
Christ. And
ultra.
you're,
It's like
so you're very much focused on more of the comedic style of comic book. art.
Trying to draw. I want to draw like indulgence, just to draw violence and crazy shit. And just
Kind of like what is it, like Kick Ass or what is that movie, Super?
Oh, Super was great. You
I
ever
didn't
seen
see.
that?
I didn't.
You never
see
saw
Super?
Super?
No, I
Jeez.
saw Kick Ass.
Got what's his name from The Office? The guy that plays Dwight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
it's
that out.
really,
I'll
really
put that on my list.
Oh,
very,
it's
very
like
dark comedy.
It's
Yeah.
got like a
Yeah.
Kick-Ass kind of feel to it, but
put it on
And
my
it was
list.
before Kick-Ass, right? It was before the Kick-Ass movies.
I
at
think it
least.
came out around the same time, and that's
Okay.
why it kind of got shoved.
Okay.
out,
Yeah, I saw. I've
shoved
seen
on
it.
the rug. I think James Gunn did it. The guy who did
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that director. I think that's
Okay.
his movie.
Yeah,
So-
really,
Which
really
is awesome.
funny and creepy and well done, and
I'm gonna put it on
kind
a-
of really sad.
I'm gonna
too.
watch it. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like Kick-Ass. The first one I
Yeah.
thought was great.
I don't really have an opinion on the second one. It was fine.
Yeah,
I-
that's.
I-
I walked away and I went, "Oh, all right."
No, yeah, I like the first one because I had no idea what it was gonna be, and then it turned out to be something crazy, and I really enjoyed it. But
They just
the
didn't
second one, I was like,
quite capture what they
No.
captured in the first one. That's like that Kingsman movie. I'm worried about that second one. The Golden Circle.
I don't know. I went into the first one not thinking it was going to be anything, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'll watch it illegally online. So what else you got? For
Yeah, but I
us?
like this mini comic thing. This is kind of neat.
I think it's a really cool idea. So this is just kind of like little disjointed things.
yeah. Well, they kind of go together, but
Mhm.
I just put it together as I had all this like kind of zombie art, and I just wanted to put it together and do
I
something
like
with
the
it.
dog in a gas mask.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves zombie art, huh?
Yeah, that was zombies are always the best to draw because you can have a lot of fun drawing all their skin falling off and bones being revealed and things dripping off, and so it's always fun for an artist. That's a little promo comic for the Vesuvius. It's not done yet, but
Uh-huh.
this is kind of like the first couple of pages. I wanted to put something out when I did that show here in Poughkeepsie, so that was like a little promo edition.
The
So-
art is interesting. I just because it's very like it almost seems like a Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's like the first thing that popped in my head. I
That's
don't know
cool.
if that makes any sense.
No, that's cool.
It's
I've
like
seen that.
old style. Yeah, it's like an old style comic.
I'm glad you said that because that's what I'm going for with the inking.
Really?
The style, yeah.
All right, yeah. The first thing that popped in my head, I'm like, this is like a fucking Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So what's your process? Like we've only talked to one other comic artist, and he's pretty straightforward. I mean, he does like a sketch, and then he uses like pretty much all Sharpies, stuff like that.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So,
I'm
sorry.
just wondering like how it works, because I would imagine the easiest thing would be to line it and then ink it digitally, which I think most comics are done that way now, right?
A lot of people are inking, like the tablets they have are crazy right now. But I'm trying to do as little as I can with the computers. I don't want to touch it with computers at all. I only lay it out in the. I only lay it out for printing with the computer.
Yeah.
Everything is done by hand. I do the lettering by hand, the
I-
inking by hand, everything by hand.
I gotta say the detail is amazing at the menu on the Italian restaurant.
Thank you.
It says cash only, and that makes me chuckle. Dude, that's really cool. I like that. I like
Thank you.
that. Like that looks really fucking neat.
Thank you
And
very much. That's the newest. That's the newest stuff I have. I brought a couple of original pages of pages after that to show you guys. I'll break those out.
Cool.
It's wild. Moment.
Yeah, moment of silence for Jason Fulham. I'm just reading a comic book now.
I saw you you got so into it for a second.
yeah,
I
I'm
was
gonna
just like,
read
I
this
wanted to
whole
let you
thing.
have it.
I'm gonna read this whole thing on the break.
It's fucking.
It's been a
cool.
while since I've actually sat and read comics. Probably 20 years.
I still have. What compendium are they up to on Walking Dead?
They're up to 3. I haven't gotten the third one yet.
I have
though.
this. I have your
3.
second
Yeah, I
one.
Oh yeah.
that.
So what am I talking about? I read that.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my God. What's
This
this?
Oh,
is
so you
a,
do them real big, huh?
Really, yeah. These are all. They all start really big. And I use that we call it Zipatone. It's like these little dots on a sticker, and then you just cut them out
Oh,
with a razor
yeah, I
blade and
see
you put
'em.
them on there. So really trying to do the old school style on these.
Oh, that's so neat. Yeah.
got a lot of inspiration from
wow.
the Night of the Living. No, shit. What the hell is it called? What was that show with the Crypt Keeper?
Oh, Tales from the
Tales from the
Crypt.
Crypt.
Fuck yeah.
There's a lot of comics from like the 60s.
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt comics. And I take a lot of inspiration
Oh,
from
that's
that
cool.
style.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all black and white, and that's how it's done.
So the stuff you cut out, the stickers, is this like little stippling? Like
Yeah,
the,
yeah. And they have different different size dots, different like 50% gray, 30% gray. It has a cool.
It would be much easier to do that digitally.
Absolutely, absolutely. But when you're done, you have like you're left with like a tangible piece of art that you could frame, and you know, with the digital stuff, there's nothing there.
Mhm.
Like they don't have. There's nothing they could show you. I couldn't hand anything to you. I have to give you a tablet or something.
Yeah, there's something to be said for having an original piece done by hand, as opposed to just something slapped.
Well,
I mean, like it takes, it does take skill,
Mhm.
a lot of skill to do it digitally
Well, I
too.
mean,
but
it did. Like I did the color on the Dead Radio podcast logo there, and I spent 3 hours just trying to come up with which colors I was going to use, and then once I did that, it took 15 minutes.
Right.
So
yeah,
and it was like to be able to do things that quickly. I can understand why people do it, but I also don't have the passion for it that you do. You know what I mean? For me, it was like a means to an end. I wanted something very cool for my logo, but it was more for advertising, not to create a piece of art.
Right.
And not that it's not a piece of art. It's just my contribution was very more graphic design oriented.
Right.
I guess
right.
because I feel like there's a huge difference between graphic design and graphic art. So, you know, and especially like the stuff that I do for the coffee shop. Sure, that's fine. It's cool and it looks good, but I would never hang it in a gallery. You know what I mean? So.
No, but you know, it depends on what the end product's going to be. I know I'm going to print this in black and white, so I could do all that stuff in black and white, and it's going to reproduce fine. If I was going to do color, I would do digital color because it reproduces better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did this. I have this poster here. This is all Photoshop color.
Oh wow!
So this is a big
That's cool, though.
black and white.
That's
black and white drawings, but
that's pretty fucking cool.
And you guys can have these. I have two of them for you.
That's awesome.
A lot of shit to put
you
on
will
the
have
wall.
you have to sign that for us as well.
No,
Yeah.
no problem. So that's all done digitally, and it's just as hard, you know.
Yeah.
I only do it because it
They're
reproduces
both the
better,
same.
you know. People come into my
Jesus
shop.
Christ.
So
People
maybe
come into
we
my
should maybe we should describe it instead of just going. Wow,
Oh
that's
yeah.
great.
It's basically it's aliens have enslaved the Earth, and it's in front of the
Capitol building.
Capitol building.
That's
It's
the-
like,
it's
I
actually
couldn't
the-
have, like the
it's
words weren't
good.
coming to my
Yeah.
head.
It's good you say that. It's
Yeah.
it's actually the Vatican. It's
The
Oh, really?
Vatican. All right.
yeah, but
yeah,
it's the same. It's the same,
Same
design.
style, yeah.
it's
That's
done
weird.
on purpose. So.
But has a very War of the Worlds look, but with kind of a steampunk thing going on.
Yeah, it's neat.
Like their machines are very 1960s look, with like gears and sprockets
wild.
and stuff. And all the people have screens in front of their faces.
Yeah, kind of like an
Yeah.
iPhone
Yeah.
type, little.
They're loading them
Attached
up,
to a locked collar.
and they're loading them
great,
up onto
yeah.
the
Yeah,
spaceships.
yeah. There's a little subliminal messages in there.
Yeah,
This is
very,
fucking
very
cool.
good.
But yeah, I use the
Can we
color
just put
scheme.
this on a shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The color scheme is
wild.
from the 1960s. They had a limited color palette for comic books. There was only about, I would say, I think there's like 16 colors you can use or something like that. So I only used those colors to do it.
Why the Vatican?
Why? Well, this is like a commission work. It's a work I do with this DJ,
Okay.
and he's big into like Illuminati, conspiracy theories, and all that sort of stuff. So
Oh, okay.
I just kind of threw in a lot of things that I think he would think is cool. His kind of whole.
I like it.
Yeah, the first thing
Yeah.
I thought when you pulled it out was album cover.
That's
yeah.
exactly what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, and that's what the thing you have there with the angel and the devil. It's all the same, for the same DJ. He just has
okay.
kind of like crazy ideas, and I kind of expand on them, and just we come up with some wild stuff. So
Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Do you do a lot of commission work like that?
not as of late. I've just been focusing on my comics. I can't really focus on them if I'm doing side projects because I really get involved into them.
Yeah.
So I mean that piece took me probably a year and a half with the drawing and the coloring.
Wow.
So didn't really get much comic stuff done during that time period.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I can't
I
imagine
really
spending
like
a
that a
year
lot.
and a
I
half
can't
Thank
wait
you
to
very
look it up.
much.
I'm just gonna
And
start.
that's just like in your spare time, obviously.
Yeah.
If you were doing it full time, like how long do you think it would have taken you?
Maybe a couple of months or something. Maybe
Yeah.
a month or two. Yeah. Now I have a 3-year-old at home now, so now I do all my work at like 2:30 a.m. I wake up at 2 a.m., get a cup of coffee, and then I start working on my projects, and then wait for him to wake up, and then I have to get ready for work and go. So all this stuff's done now in the wee hours of the morning.
It's wild.
Without
I
that,
love
it's not going to happen.
What's he trying to do? He's trying to eat it?
Sniffing around.
Sniffing around.
Yeah, he'll play with you during the show. It's super annoying.
Did you want to recap our Thanksgivings? No?
Mine was uneventful, so it was great. It was a wonderful Thanksgiving. Nothing happened.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
How was yours?
It was good. It was a good one. It was small, simple. I didn't have to drive. It was good to go.
Did you guys do it at your place?
No, we went
All
to Aunt Pat's.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mine lasted for 12 hours.
And it was just drinking.
It was just drinking. And the reason why I chose spatchcock as the safe word today is we spatchcocked.
Oh, gee, just a minute. I have to check with the manager.
Water. we hosted for we do this thing. We stopped wanting to just do the Thanksgiving because my parents are divorced. Brooke's family, like there's some of them are up here, some of them are down south. So we started just hosting it ourselves. Just whoever wanted to come, or friends who just wanted to either A, avoid their family, or B, didn't have family in the area. So we had a bunch of people over. Invited Aaron from work. Rusty got married after dinner. Brooke's brother got married to his boyfriend
Really?
Tiago, and Brooke did the officiating. She's an ordained minister, so that's official.
Wow, that's eventful.
And then
Why couldn't you guys? You should have had him hire me to take photos of it.
Nah, we just used
but
our
then
phones.
that way I wouldn't have had to do any family stuff. Just been like, sorry guys, I gotta work.
So everybody was pretty much filtering into the house at about noon or 12:30, and it just kept on going, man. We had dessert, shooting the shit, and then we got into this fucking game. I still can't remember the name of it, but you basically put your a secret word, like nipple, for instance, as your secret word, and then you hand it to the next person, and they read it, and they're supposed to draw it on the other page. Now, then they hand that to the next person around the table, and that person has to guess what the drawing is. Okay. And it goes on and on for a couple of rounds, and then at the end, you get something that's completely not a nipple. It's probably like a horse or something.
So it's like
completely,
telephone.
yeah. It's like a bad
Sort of
version
like
of telephone. And
So it's like, yes, it's like Pictionary with telephone.
yeah,
That's fun. That sounds like fun.
it was
Purple
fucking
monkey dishwasher.
Yes, it was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Everybody can get engaged in it. They don't have like separate groups.
You have to like stand up and do stuff.
I was telling Scott Schwabedessen about it. By the way, happy birthday, Scott. I was telling him about it. He's just like, that sounds fucking terrible. I can't draw. I'm like, no, that makes you good at the game.
That's
that's
the
how
point.
you are good at the game.
That's
Jessica,
cool.
my sister-in-law, she's shit. She's just total shit at the game, and would just fuck everything up constantly. Because you go back around and you find out who guessed what and who drew what. It was ridiculous, man. It was a ton of fun.
So let me just break this down. So you get a word. Let's say that word is nipple. You have to draw a nipple. Then you hand it to the next person. They have to go, that's a nipple. And then they write nipple.
Yes.
And then it goes to the next person, and then they have to draw a nipple.
Yes.
So if you draw a nipple, and then it goes to the next person, they think it's a scrambled egg.
Or a bullseye.
A bullseye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They draw They say bullseye, and the next person draws a bullseye, and then hopefully, like sometimes it came back around.
Yeah.
But we weren't really like playing the game. We were just like doing
around.
it, and then just fucking around, just seeing who got close to what, and just reading our answers. That's how fun the game was. You didn't
That's
have
awesome.
to fucking score any points.
So nobody knows what the thing says except for the person that's supposed to draw it.
Exactly. So and then it just
That's cool.
you got to play it to get it. Once you
Yeah.
get it,
That
I
sounds
had been
fun.
down in the basement showing people the studio. So
Yeah.
when I came up, they had the game all set up. So I had no idea what I was doing.
Does it have a name? What's the name of the game?
It's called like telekinetics or telephonics or I don't know. I don't know the name of the game. I'd have to ask Brooke. She knows.
That was one of those moments where I wasn't going to talk. So. Just in case you said something amazing, then we'd have it clean. So Aaron came. Do you want to talk about Aaron's YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. One of our, not one of our, but our weekend chef Aaron at the Crafted Cup at 44 Raymond Avenue in Poughkeepsie, New York. Also at the craftedcup.com. Cup is spelled with a K.
They're one of our sponsors.
Gotcha.
He started up his YouTube page again. He has a concept now. He's bad at taking shots. Like he doesn't take shots of like liquor.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So instead, I guess he just decided to do a YouTube channel where he rates shots of liquor every week. So
isn't it related to like the Walking Dead
It
thing?
was originally he was going to like recap The Walking Dead and all that stuff. I don't know if he's just sticking to this format or not.
So this is 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Yes, and
but that's good. That means he took my advice on some stuff. I was like, so this is 6 minutes long. It could be 30 seconds.
I said the same thing to him.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, this is like a minute, 2 minutes to do that.
Yeah, basically what I told him was he should use this to promote his channel and do it on Instagram.
Yes, it's very funny. I really enjoyed the whole thing. I just gotta give me 1 second. Let me get this thing. So it's for anybody who's listening. It's turtle_T on Instagram, and so this is his 5th episode. I came in on Sunday while I was heading out to my dad's, and he didn't have a liquor. He was telling me he didn't have a liquor for the weekend, what to do, this and that, blah, blah. I said, I have this leftover liquor that my cousin gave me that he got back from Phuket, Thailand. Is it Phuket? Phuket?
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's Phuket.
It's Phuket. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's Cha Long
But it looks
Bay.
like fuck it with a PH.
Yeah, it's Cha Long Bay natural handcrafted cane spirit. Now, most of the bottle was gone. I had been nipping at it.
It's basically sugar wash moonshine.
He gave it to me a long time ago, years ago, and I just been nipping at it because it's not so good.
Yeah.
It's rough. I'm pretty positive I tasted it on the show. It is a motherfucker, right? So this guy doesn't do shots. So I give it to him. I'm like, yeah. He's like, how is it? I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. So he does it. And I guess this is what
transpired.
This is what transpired for all those.
So via YouTube's new guidelines, we need to make sure we talk over this, or he could
really?
sue us. No.
Hi, my name is Turtle, and I am here to take a shot with you guys.
With us.
This is episode
with us.
5.
I want to
of
give me a
Taking
shot of something. I want
Shots
tequila.
With
I just tried tequila. I'll do half a shot.
What the
Can't
fuck
do that.
was that?
Anyway,
He
today we're taking
He
a shot.
spasses out a little bit. It's fine. Oh wait,
What'd you do?
I hit the thing.
Long Bay. Now this was given to me by a friend who thought it would be good for me to take a video of, so he brought it to work today.
And the son of a bitch didn't plug our show. He didn't say my name, nothing.
You already plugged him. Why'd you plug him?
You're in the friend zone, though.
Now I'm posting all the audio of him bombing.
San Francisco.
We're supposed to
2015,
promote each other.
And we're going to get into it. I'm not wasting any time.
So this is
I feel like he's wasting a lot of time.
This is Take a Shot with Turtle, episode 5, Cha Long Bay fail. So
1
here it is.
to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I'm going to judge it. I already don't like it. I smelled it. The bottle's here. I'm ready to take it down.
All right.
Down.
Ninja Turtle shot glass.
Raphael.
I'm doing a shot with him.
I'll take a swig, but
cheers.
Oh, he's having trouble.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so pissed when this goes viral.
Oh my God.
That was
Well,
real.
It's genuine too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's
was
not
real.
faking it.
First time for everything.
Can we
tasted like
rewind that?
complete
Can we
shit.
rewind that?
Oh yeah, we can do it again.
Maybe like a
I
pause
didn't
on
even drink
that.
it, so it's a 0. See you guys next week for episode 6. I think it might be moonshine.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a repeat.
I'm getting
Gotta clean up this stuff, okay?
I'm getting him some
Thanks
of
for
Chad's
watching.
moonshine.
Subscribe, like, comment.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Catch you next week.
Oh man, how many of these does he have?
That was episode 5.
All right, here.
There
All right,
goes
here's a
again.
replay.
This is the.
He's trying so hard.
That's good. This might go viral. This might go viral.
Oh my god. Well,
I've
Yeah.
watched
Yeah,
this
man.
a bunch.
first time.
How many
for
views he
everything.
got?
He's only got like
That
6.
tasted like
Yeah.
complete shit.
He needs more for this.
Yeah.
I didn't even drink it, so it's a 0.
So we gotta.
I'll see you guys next week for episode 6. I think it might be moonshine, so it's gonna be a repeat. I gotta clean up this stuff, okay? Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Catch you next week. Hi.
Oh my God.
Can you
That's good.
isolate his high, please?
Hi. Oh God, yeah, I gotta write that down so I don't forget. That's a
Hi.
Oh man, yeah. So the last couple videos have been pretty good because they've been like nice and quick and short. And this one, I told him, I'm like, you gotta drink shitty fucking booze, man.
awful
You're gonna
stuff.
vomit. You have to vomit on camera. He's just like, I don't want to vomit. I'm like, but you have to.
Yeah, that's what that show's about.
Yeah.
He's
what,
gonna get that.
What he needs to do is do 1-minute videos, like put a countdown clock or something like that. Do 1-minute videos that way he can put them on Instagram and YouTube, and just use that to promote his recap shows.
Hi.
Oh man. Well, we love you, Aaron.
I worked with him the other day, and he said that he hates Stranger Things.
Uh-huh.
And from across the room, I was like, if there was any way to like you less, you just did it. And Kathleen was like, wow, that was really mean.
But yeah, that was fucking gold. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Episode
so we're
6,
gonna
yes.
we're
Thank
gonna
you.
we're gonna give him some of Chad's moonshine.
Oh,
But
nice.
It's actually pretty good though. I mean, it won't be for him.
No, it won't be.
It won't be for him.
Hi.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
We have to have him on the show now and just keep playing that just that one thing
He
because
hasn't
it'll
been
be
on the
it'll-
show?
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that guy. You gotta book that guy.
Well, until now he wasn't interesting.
That's all right. Dead Radio, episode
No,
156
here's
with
what
Aaron
we need to
Tarpley.
do.
How you doing, Aaron?
We need to. We need to have him on the show. We need to pay for his Uber home, and all he does is 6 shots.
Oh yeah,
and rates them. Yeah, that'd
Absolutely.
be great.
Or some sort of challenge. You
Yeah.
could challenge him to something.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to get in trouble.
Oh.
Because if we were like, if you
yeah.
do 12 shots in 10 minutes,
True.
you win a prize, and then he fucking dies.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Although that would really help the show out. We get a lot of hits if that happened.
So
You could have like maybe like a nurse on staff.
Yeah, yeah.
Or somebody, like, somebody there.
I know a bunch of EMTs.
You could
Yeah.
pump his stomach.
That should be interesting.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be the first
Yeah.
time. It's Turtle.
We just keep the live stream going as they're like sticking a tube down his throat.
It's Turtle_T. The video is Take a Shot with Turtle, episode 5, Shalong Bay, fail. Like and subscribe to that video. That made me fucking laugh quite a bit yesterday when it first dropped. So I was very happy about it.
Well,
Thank you so much,
I'm
Aaron.
proud of him for trying. He's really trying to keep that down. Boy. So do you have any more art for us to look at?
Yeah, hold on.
I mean,
one
this
second.
isn't really a visual show, but we'll try and describe it. We'll try and describe it this time.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I mean, we do have the. Oh, you know what? I never even set up my camera. I should be recording some of this stuff.
Oh Jesus,
Yeah.
yeah, probably should
Yeah,
be.
you see what happens when you just start the show without warning me?
You brought a ton of shit.
I did a map.
A map?
I did a full cartoon map of Middletown, New York. I grew up there, and this is a map of
I want one of Poughkeepsie so bad.
the town I grew up in. It's got a lot of
Holy shit!
Little points of interest that are just kind of personal to me, like really silly stuff and all the bars and.
I used to work in Slate Hill outside of Middletown, so I kind of know that area.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'll pass that around. It was an interesting
wild,
place to grow up.
Man, I love that. It's kind of like. Oh yeah, that's cool.
I always love those maps. Like if you open like any adventure novel, usually like you open the first couple pages, always like a map of everything. And
when I
always wanted to make one. So
when I opened Game of Thrones for the first time,
and
I saw all the maps and all that shit, I lost my goddamn mind.
That's always my favorite part. It's just kind of give you.
Wow, that's wild, right?
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Thank you,
Poughkeepsie.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It says that you live in Poughkeepsie, but you don't live in Poughkeepsie. You live in Middletown.
I don't know why.
Your Facebook page.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Is it just like default to that?
I don't know.
I never said it. I always put my real address in there. So.
How did this fold? What did I do?
Jesus Christ!
I don't know how to.
Oh, that's okay.
I can't fold a map.
That's all right.
On my phone, I don't need to fold a phone. That's
what else do I have? Hold on.
That's cool. All the fun spots in Middletown. Are there a lot of fun spots?
It's actually it's getting better. They just built a giant skate park there.
Oh.
I had a part in.
Well, good luck with that. We had to
helping.
just save ours.
Yeah, I saw that. It's just sad. I saw it was all the holes in the ramps over there. I haven't been over there in a while.
It's all fixed now.
Oh, they fixed it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
great.
great.
A lot of it. They got rid of. Basically, they got rid of some stuff.
Yeah.
And then were able to get a little bit of money to buy some stuff to repair what was there and cannibalize the old stuff.
Yeah.
To kind of fix it. But it's open again.
That's
and
cool.
Now the city just said oh, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Oh, it's great.
And they just gave it to the Save the Poughkeepsie Skate Park organization.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep trying to get involved, help them do more stuff, but it's like pulling teeth.
It is tough.
You know?
It's tough. I'm gonna have a meeting actually tomorrow with the Village of Goshen. They're talking about redoing a skate park over there. So I'm gonna get involved. I was big involved in the Middletown Park. I was put on the review board for the company that built it. So I kind of got to.
That's awesome.
Tell them what to do and what we didn't want, and kind of represent the town.
I'm definitely gonna be making a Dead Radio skateboard with our new logo. I'm very excited. I found
it's a perfect shape.
Yeah,
for
I found a company that does them for like $60.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it might not be the best skateboard, but I'm not doing tricks on it.
Right.
It's pretty much probably just gonna hang on the wall.
No, that's cool.
You know,
That's cool.
I have a boosted board. Why would I kick?
I was checking that out. I was checking that out.
Thing's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
If you want to try it before you leave.
Yeah, I'd like to.
So much fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Julia tried it.
So
you want to see a video of Julia on it?
Yes. I mean,
is she good at skateboarding?
Is it eventful?
No, it's not really. She just looks really, really happy.
Overly happy. I'm just looking at your Instagram here, man. I'm stalking you a little bit. Yeah. Were you just in Germany?
I was in I was in Austria and Munich and
no shit.
I was in Vienna and Salzburg.
We were just in Munich in September.
Oh, really?
The end of September, yeah.
Oh, really cool.
Went to Oktoberfest.
I was there right after that.
No kidding.
I was in there October. Yeah, late October I was there.
How about that?
Very cool. I brought
It's a small
just
world.
cross like ships in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I had never been there, so.
No, it's my phone is airdropping, so there it is.
All the beer gardens comes in handy. We travel with my son.
That was
and,
me.
All the
That
beer
was me,
gardens there have
airdropping.
playgrounds in them.
Yeah.
Which was great. That worked out very well.
Yeah, so one of you watches the kid.
Yeah.
And you just
team
it.
Yeah. You have like giant steins of beer, and your kid's like climbing on some crazy, non-regulated, non-safety regulated playground equipment.
Yeah.
It's different. It's very different.
Yeah, it's
there
just
for
all
kids.
wood.
It was
splintery.
it was pretty amazing though. I loved it. Is it the first time you've been or
to Germany? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I heard that's like the easiest place to go in Germany. I don't know that.
Well,
though,
Munich?
for sure. Yeah.
We just walked around, man.
Yeah.
We got a map, not unlike the one you have of Middletown, and we just walked around the city and we're like, oh, what the hell's that? And we looked it up and was like, oh, well, that's that.
Yeah.
And on we went.
It was great. I thought it was great.
People were cool.
Yeah.
Food was good. I loved it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm bored hearing about your trip.
Yeah, I know. Adam's had to sit through it for quite a bit. So we got Julia riding the skateboard, looking very aggro.
Yeah, just since this.
Who is Julie? Is she?
Julia
Julia,
is
Julia.
a barista at the Crafted Cup.
Use the term barista loosely.
Yeah, she's okay at
She
it.
could pour a cup of coffee.
Why is there no volume? Probably not.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's a pretty uneventful video. I was really hoping she'd fall.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
She's
so
doing pretty
that's
good.
that. But she said
it's
it
too
was
easy to ride. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, we're gonna see how well you do at 22 miles an hour. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, easier as in you don't need to use any calories, but when you're zipping through roundabouts at 20 miles an hour, it's a little hairy. I would equate it to almost. It is as dangerous as riding a motorcycle, but as dangerous as a motorcycle can get at 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I've ridden one of those before.
Yeah.
Somebody brought one to my office and let me try it out.
Yeah.
It's
They're
cool.
so much fun and so worth it. I've maybe spent $200 in gas all summer because I live like a mile from here.
Okay.
And then I work like a mile from that.
That's
so
cool.
unless I'm doing a wedding or something,
Yeah.
or have to go out on a shoot, I don't have to drive. Matthew's put 10 times the miles on my car than I have this year.
Fucking Matthew.
Yeah. Did I tell you what happened?
No.
So I go to work yesterday or the day before. It was Sunday, so I had to be there at like 9:30. So I was like, oh, cool, I got a little time. I'll go in, I'll eat breakfast, then I'll start to work. Decided to drive the car because of that. So I go outside, go to start the car, wouldn't start, finally turned over and died because it was out of gas.
Wow.
Completely out of gas. So he rolled into the driveway on fumes the day before.
I didn't even think that was possible.
Totally out of gas. Well, it was probably fine until you had the slight
You went
incline
on
of
a
the
hill.
driveway.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
And that was that. So today I had to take the fucking 6-month-old lawnmower gas and put half gallon in the back of the car to get to the gas station. So,
Nice.
but he shows up at work. Matthew works with me too now. So and lives with me and borrows my car constantly because his is off the road. So
You guys are closer than we are.
So he shows up to work and Kathleen's like, Adam's really mad at you because you didn't put gas in his car. So he apologized. I can really hear you breathing. You
No,
okay?
I just for the first time tonight I'm not like congested. It just happened all of a sudden. Sorry about
All
that.
right.
Maybe it was the
Cats?
It
Yeah,
could be
cat-
the goop.
Yeah.
The glug?
The glug. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. That's
The
just
gloop?
fun.
I don't want it to be called gloop.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
how about we take a break?
Yes,
'Cause it's
I
been
have to.
over an hour.
I have
right?
to wee, and I want to try and make a fucking Manhattan with this shit.
Yeah, do it. It's gonna be delicious.
Do it. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna. Do you want to play any? What do you want to play here?
I don't know.
Music for the break.
We've had musical guests in like every show lately,
Yeah, I was
so it's
looking
been
at
super
some of your,
easy.
Oh, we'll do
Yeah.
unscratchable bitch stuff.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about that? But and I have that. Also, real quick, do you want to recap the sponge thing or?
We can
after we get
Let's
back.
do it when we get back. We'll
All right.
we'll play the we'll play a little audio of that, and then when we get back.
Oh, you want the Molly thing?
Huh?
Play a little audio. What?
No, just play Francis Dean for now.
Okay, Jesus.
And
Christ.
then
Ooh, shit.
I'm saying the joiner that you made. We'll play that.
Ah, yes, and we'll come back and we'll talk about that. So, all right. Real quick, kids, we'll be right back with Louis C. Petersen, art extraordinaire, graphic artist extraordinaire, and comic book design, comic book artist extraordinaire.
An all-around good guy.
Yeah.
Bang.
Oh, You've got it coming to you. It's not my fault. You try to baffle me with bullshit, and then you go walk off. I've had enough now. This shit has gone too far. It's all about time. You should know your place. Sit the fuck down and shut your face. Running your mouth without a leg to stand. You try to eat your words as fast as you can. It's all you know. When you're wrong, you point your finger like a loaded gun. It won't be long till karma comes to put you right where you belong. Alone, 'cause I'm fucking done. All this time you thought you knew me. Got me all wrong. My silence is golden. Don't mistake me for being soft. 'Cause I've had it now, enough's enough. It's all about time, you should know your place. Sit the fuck down and shut your face. Running your mouth without a leg to stand. You try to eat your words as fast as you can. Pain is all you know. When you're wrong, you point your finger like a loaded gun. It won't be long till karma comes to put you right where you belong. Empty minds, fueled by lies. Misfortunes come and no surprise when you're seeing the world through ignorant eyes. I think it's time you take a look at your life and have fun. It's all about time, you should know your place. Sit the fuck down and shut your face. Running your mouth without a leg to stand. You try to eat your words as fast as you can. Blame is all you know. When you're wrong, you point your finger like a loaded gun. It won't be long till karma comes to put you right where you belong. Right where you belong. Right where you. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. 'Cause I'm fucking done.
I wanna fuck you like I fuck nobody else. And tie your hands up so you keep them to yourself. I won't untie you until I say I'm done. It turns me on. I know you know that what I say is for the best. I really wanna put your limits to the test. I'm gonna show you how much pleasure comes with pain. That's right, tonight you're mine. Oh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. No reservations when you give yourself to me.
Hey, this is Vinny from the band Sponge, and you're listening to Dead Radio Podcast.
Hi, my name is Turtle.
All right.
Hi, my name is Turtle.
So
I'm
his
gonna have
fucking
fun.
arms crossed.
I can't wait to fucking
making music.
One more time.
My name is Turtle. And I am here to take
Yeah,
boy.
there's definitely going to be. You need to make like a song. You need to make like a techno remix called "Hi, My Name Is Turtle."
You'd be none too happy about that, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I even want to get it uploaded somewhere where it'll fucking play on Pandora and be playing at the coffee shop.
So, if anybody was paying attention, well, obviously we're back. If anybody was paying attention, that was Vinny from Sponge did a little drop for us for our joiners. And,
So you're old like us. Did you like Sponge back in the 90s?
I wasn't aware of Sponge. Sorry.
okay.
Oh no.
That's all right.
16 Candles? Or Molly is the name of the
Oh.
song? 16 candles down the hood. 16 candles down the drain.
It's familiar. I don't know.
World
if
of Human
you guys could
Wreckage.
Play it or
The song's
can you
called
play a
Clown.
sample?
You know, I could probably play our live cut.
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick from YouTube.
Available on YouTube right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So I mean, they're pretty big. They were a very big band.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Oh, they had huge hits. Wax of Static is another song.
I
From
probably have heard it.
I guarantee you, you've heard a
Yeah.
couple of their singles. Everybody has, just
Yeah.
nobody like really knows who it was. But Adam reached out to them to see if we could somehow worm out an interview with them. We got to interview them, and then they let Adam just go up on stage for the first 3 songs of the set and
That's
fucking
awesome.
film.
That's
So,
very cool. Are they local
yeah,
or?
Yeah, I've
They're
got it.
from local
I've got
or?
it. No, they're from Detroit
Oh.
actually. But like I said, they were like a national band at one point.
They were
What 80s you said?
Mid 90s.
Mid 90s.
Yeah. So I mean, they still play like "Plowed" is probably their most popular song.
Yeah.
We can't play it without getting tagged.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is live, so you'll be able to hear it live. So I'm playing 16 Candles here.
Thanks, Frank, for the theme music. Check this shit out.
Woodstock 2017. 10 years, right? We're Sponge from Detroit. We're glad to be here with you folks. I see you naked.
Oh, that's right. He does that.
Yeah. So yeah, I got to be on the stage while they were playing. It was fucking awesome.
That is cool.
And they were just, they're like, oh, he asked them.
He goes,
yeah, go ahead.
are you guys going to be filming during the show? And I was like, if you're okay with that, I would love
Yeah.
to do that. He's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I could just set up a tripod in the balcony and then, it'll be 4K so I can pan around. He's like, that's going to look like shit. You should come up on the stage.
That's awesome.
And
That's
yeah.
cool.
They couldn't have been cooler guys, man.
Yeah.
That's what you want,
Sound familiar at all?
Just bummed I couldn't get better audio. I think it was where we were.
We gotta, yeah, it's gonna be super echoey in there. We gotta get shotgun mics for this kind of stuff.
This coming,
it's
tickling you. How old are
What
you?
kind of music do you guys listen to back then?
This was in the 90s. I was like
Yeah.
big into like hip hop and
I
stuff
knew
like
it.
that.
I
So
knew
it's
it.
I had a
like
feeling.
Aaron was too, wasn't she?
Wu-Tang Clan and
Yeah.
all that.
Okay.
craziness.
I remember
So-
listening to.
But I was into Nirvana and all that.
I remember when Aaron and I were little, listening to the "Whoomp There It Is" song. You had the headphones that sat on top of, and you could pop them out of the thing, and you could hold one to your
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
listening to one channel, and I was listening to the other, and she knew all the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
super
yeah, yeah.
jealous because
Yeah.
Erin's like 2 years older than me, something like that. Maybe, yeah, like 2.
Yeah, she's born in '80, so
3 years then.
Okay.
So, but she knew all the lyrics, and I was mad.
yeah.
So,
I'll look these guys. I'll look
Yeah.
it up. I'm sure there's a couple of songs I've heard.
Yeah, Plowed would be the
listened to a
one.
lot
I
of
don't.
stuff,
I don't
so.
have audio of Plowed that they
Okay.
played. So
Yeah, if anybody
I'll
wants to
look it
check
up.
out any of those videos, just search Dead Radio Podcast on YouTube and go to our channel. Adam's got a couple videos up.
There's-
You got Wax of Static up too, or
yeah, I've got Wax of Static, this one, and then what the fuck did they play?
Rotting Pinata?
Rotting Pinata. So Rotting Pinata is going on.
Oh, I know the hook. I heard that. Yeah.
So Rotting Pinata will go up tomorrow. Well, what I'm really hoping, I'm trying. So I have the lead singer's cell phone number, and I'm really trying to not be annoying.
Yeah.
I'm really trying. But I when I did an Instagram video, I was like, hey, here's a quick preview of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And, I think it came out pretty cool, and it's, yeah.
No, this
So
is good footage here.
Fucking 3-axis gimbal, man. The thing is awesome.
This is crazy.
You can move all around and like be all shaky,
It
and the
just
camera just
stays-
stays
there's like a
perfectly.
gyroscope or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that? That's
it's kind
cool.
of like that. It uses electric motors, like brushless motors.
Okay.
So it knows where the camera is level, and then as you move, it keeps the camera. It's fucking crazy.
That's
I put this
wild
thing on
shit.
top of it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's pretty good that I haven't had the time to edit any of this footage that I take here. So like the last 3 weeks, I haven't done anything with any of it because like I just turned my camera on, didn't have the audio plugged in, so it's just the shitty on-camera mic for the first shots that I took. So. But yeah,
hey man, they were awesome dudes, and they
That's
they took
cool.
care of us. Food stock too. We got a shout out to Ryan.
Yeah.
I can't. His
I don't know
last
much,
name
yeah.
escapes me, but it's foodstockfund.org. They're the main guy there, Ryan. He took care of us. He made sure that we had, the entire chance to our.
yeah, we could do whatever. Like we were the people who had like the press passes that could go up top.
Yeah.
we were just
Yeah.
so we got to sit at a table and
Here you go.
relax.
Check this out.
That's good. That's nice. That's a nice
I
shout
flipped the fuck out.
I
was
would.
running around
I
the
would've.
goddamn balcony. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I
That's
would've.
the name of
I
the
would've.
show. It was fucking awesome, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was such a cool night.
That's an
And-
awesome place to see a
Yeah.
concert. Anyway, it's like intimate. You're like right there. With
Yeah, I mean, they played there quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the third or fourth time I've seen them there.
Okay.
But they
and the
played
funny
other
thing, like,
time,
at varying like arcs in their career too and popularity.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
This I think was kind of a last minute thing, so it wasn't really packed out.
Sure.
But the last time I saw them, I did figure it out. It was 2012.
I
Was the last
ended up
time I saw
figuring it
them.
out too.
Yeah.
When we saw them, it was like
2006 was the first time I saw them was
Was it
2006.
2006?
It was on the Man tour, yeah. With when he had the spiky hair, we went with Kate.
I don't think it was. I think it
No?
was earlier. The only reason I say that is because the guitar players that they have now don't dress and act like the guitar players they had then.
Yeah.
Because the guys they had then were like they had like makeup
You know
on and
what?
scarves and
You know
shit
what?
like
You're,
that.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was 2000. Like
It was like
2000
2003, somewhere in there.
2006 was probably the second time that I saw them.
Yeah, we probably
And then
saw 'em-
2012 was the last time before this one.
We probably saw them in like 03, 04, somewhere in there. But it was awesome. They were amazing, and I felt I was like a mess during the interview, but
I listened back. It was fine.
Yeah, that's what
So
I
you guys have
would
been
say, so.
fans of these guys for a long time, and then you got
20
to meet
years,
them
yeah.
and interview them.
Yeah.
That's
you
amazing.
know, it's so
That's
so
amazing.
all we need to do is have all of our favorite bands kind of get less popular over a
Yes,
20-year period,
yes.
and then you just
It's
have their
gonna
phone
happen.
number.
It'll happen.
Yeah. So
And then we like, and then I stutter and mutter and ramble on, and
he was
people
seriously
I
just
tell
going
about.
like he said a bunch of times that when music was first when I was first listening when I was first getting into music, you guys were super important, and it just went on and on and on. I was like, dude, you're just rambling. Just say I was a big fan and I still am.
I was struck. I was
How
just
could you?
starstruck.
How could you?
Yeah.
How could you not? I understand.
It was terrible.
I get it.
What do you like? Well, here this leads into a good question. Like, if You met an artist. What artist would you shit your pants to if they showed up?
I don't know. I've met a couple of artists like randomly, and then at shows, and I've always been like I don't want to be that. Like I've tried to like just be cool, and, like just go up to him like, hey man,
well, I
thank
mean,
you so much for doing what you do. I met Q-Tip randomly at the gas station right before the
I don't know who that is.
George Washington Bridge, Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like the
Yeah.
guy who made
he
all that.
talks like this. He's like really. Like
Yeah,
tight
yeah.
lips.
He's you know, and we
He's
met
like
him,
this,
and it was
yeah.
cool. He took a picture with us, and I don't know. I would just stay away from them. I don't know. Like if I saw, I
Like, if you had
feel
to
like
sit-
people like always come up to them and
What's
like
like a
bug
really?
them.
You gotta read.
What
You
artist
gotta read
really
the room. You gotta know like
What
if it's
artist-
the right situation.
Yeah.
You know. Do you know who William Sadler is?
I f-
He played Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh,
He was also in
He's also-
Shawshank Redemption.
Hideous Mutant Freaks.
which
Yeah.
guy in Shawshank?
He was the guy who's Dumbass. It's Dumas.
Yeah.
That was the guy who's one of the prisoners in that.
Oh,
He was the guy who.
Die Hard 2. Die Harder.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the bad guy?
Bad guy in
Oh,
Die Hard
yeah,
2.
I know. I kinda know who
He
you're talking
was
about,
the
yeah.
guy
Doing
that,
like
he
Tai
was the
Chi
guy that
naked.
jerked off in Kinsey.
Ah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good
Who could
scene.
forget that scene?
Yeah, he was talking
didn't
about
see that.
having sex with kids. Yeah, he's a
I
great
missed that.
actor.
I missed that. Yeah.
But usually
Good
Bill
roles.
and Ted's Bogus Journey is when people are like, yep. We talked about Tales from the Crypt before. He's the main guy from Demon Knight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
And he was
he's the
also
main
in
character.
the very first episode of the television series. He was the
Yeah.
electrocutioner.
Oh.
I know who this guy is. Yeah.
Yeah, so he lives in like Pleasant Valley. Like
Okay.
right around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just at a bar one night, and he was just drinking heavily with his
Yeah.
wife. Well, I assume it was his wife. And I was 2 seats down
Just got
from
him in
him. I
trouble.
guess they had eaten dinner. They had eaten dinner. They finished. They paid, and then they decided to go to the bar and have a few more drinks. And it sat down like 2 seats down from me. Nobody in between us.
Yeah.
So it was like 5 to 10 minutes. I was like, I have to at least go say hi. I literally watched Demon Knight the day before. The day before.
That's funny.
And this was Netflix when you still got DVDs in the mail.
Oh.
So I was like, there's no way I'm not saying hi to him. You know, I didn't get a
like a
picture. I wasn't
sign
like that. I was like, this is probably not the movie that people come up to you about, but I just watched Demon Knight yesterday. You were fantastic. And he laughed, and he was like, and he said, at least it's not Bill and Ted 2.
Oh, that was the next thing I was gonna say.
Me, I would have been like, Hideous Mutant Freaks. Holy shit. Styrofoam cup. And he would have been like, what is wrong with you?
So he laughed. He was funny. He was obviously drunk. But we drank like 4 Manhattans together and talked about movies. And
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
never
realize it
told
got
you about
that.
this?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it got that
I mean, it was
extensive,
kind
like,
of like,
in-depth.
it was like I stayed sitting there.
Yeah.
And, he was kind of back and forth in conversation with the bartender, and I knew the bartender pretty well, and she's actually a regular at Crafted Cup now.
Renee. Yeah.
Renee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Under that circumstance, though, that seems
yeah,
appropriate.
It was totally
That seems
like
appropriate,
when
yeah.
it seemed like he didn't want to talk about it anymore. I just left him alone,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we talked about booze a little bit and had like 4 Manhattans, and then he left, and it was fucking awesome. It was so cool. But again, it's like I can't be the person who goes on Facebook like I just drank with William Sadler. It's a cool story, but like
Right.
I don't want to be.
Don't be that
like
guy.
you were saying. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
speaking
met
of
James Earl Jones at a gun shop. That was awesome.
That's random. That's so awesome for some reason.
I was looking at a gun, and I just hear James Earl Jones, and it was just one of those like
Darth Vader.
And I couldn't.
Is asking to buy a gun.
I couldn't not. So he was talking to the owner, and I just like sidled over there and inserted myself in the conversation. But I had like legitimate like opinions on some things, so I think I swayed him in a direction to buy a certain gun.
Very nice. Do they do a background check on James Earl Jones, or they just like let him
I mean,
slide
I
on
think
that?
they have to.
They're required to,
I'm
but
pretty sure it's just technicality.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like this much taller than me, and he just has this like booming voice, and across the place, I was like, "That's fucking Darth Vader."
That's cool. I always liked him in that Conan movie where he was like the
Oh,
snake,
yeah.
the Snake King or something like that.
I always go to Coming to America.
Oh, yeah.
The father. Speaking of Manhattans, actually, I made I did like I said, on the break. I made a Manhattan with the glug.
It was my idea.
The glug in place of the vermouth, and it's
Was it a good idea?
delicious.
phenomenal.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you like sipping from other people's
Everyone gets
glasses,
a cold
but
sore.
yeah, it's fine.
It's not bad. It's strong.
It's with cheap
It's strong,
whiskey,
but
that's all I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
That
I
it
would
goes,
I
though,
mean,
it
I would do
goes.
that with like maybe like a Templeton rye.
Yeah.
Something or like a very harsh rye, something that's really, really strong that can kind of keep up with it.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Oh, and a big shout out to Mark for you don't know him. He's another guest at Thanksgiving for fully stocking my wine selection. I have a fucking dozen bottles of wine.
Didn't you say he
upstairs.
brought over a dozen bottles of wine and then drank all the vodka?
Yes, and then getting rid of that pesky vodka for us.
So
But-
I guess should we real quick do this again?
What are we doing?
That's enough. It's fading out.
Okay.
So
Oh.
I opened
Oh.
I opened up this other bottle of Misto rum soaked oak mead. So this is mead finished in oak rum barrels. So if you'd like to try it, I can give you a sip. But I feel like you weren't a fan of the other one.
A little bit. Well, I don't want to drink. I have that long drive, so
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
want to go too crazy.
That's not going to go to waste. I will drink it if you don't.
Oh yeah. Whatever glasses you don't finish, I'll
Yeah.
drink. Like Carson in Trading Places, or not Carson. What's his name in Trading Places? What was the butler's name in Trading Places? Help me! Help me!
I have not seen that movie in 10 years.
Anyway.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Where's this going?
I think this one's a little bit more approachable. Are you picking up?
I'm getting the rum.
Yeah.
Out of it, and the oakiness definitely. I'm not a big oak fan, so it's not
Normally
something
I'm
I.
not either, but being that it's rum.
I would still drink this though.
Well,
It's not like the oakiness that. It's not overpowering.
Yeah.
It doesn't
It's
get on
mellow
top of you.
for rum.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
really
this isn't
mellow.
rum. This is aged in rum barrels.
Oh, rum barrels.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. That's
So I'm very excited to have them on the show. And
Yeah, but
I'm really hoping that they have more stuff.
But
too.
it's a.
Yeah, it's
a
another.
mead.
It's
It's a
another
mead.
mead. Yeah.
It almost is like it almost tastes like caramelized sugar, like a little
Yeah.
bit not bitter sugar, but on the edge of bitter sugar.
Yeah,
So I don't
on
know
the
if that
edge-
helps
on the edge
anybody.
of bitter sugar.
Is that the temperature it's supposed to be?
This could be served
You
warm
could do
or
whatever
cold.
you want.
Yeah.
Just
mead is totally fine at pretty much
You could
any,
do
any
whatever you
temperature.
want.
And the beauty of mead is like
Coleman. His name is Coleman. The fucking butler from Trading Places. Sorry.
Thanks. Yeah, mead you can really serve at any temperature.
Yeah.
I mean I prefer them chilled, but
Yeah.
this one I don't think I'd need to. Same thing with Salt Point stuff. My mead is definitely it lends itself to being chilled. Just mine's a little bit more raw. It's not as polished.
Are you
as
gonna
this
bring
one.
some of that mead to Christmas?
I don't have any, but I can bring some of Chad's moonshine. Chad is
That's
Chad.
okay.
Chad is a person that we know who is not me, who
Okay.
makes moonshine on occasion.
Okay.
He's 164th Napanock Indian, and he's a good friend of ours.
Yes.
He makes
Very
us,
good
he
friend.
makes us moonshine. He comes over to my house and does it in my backyard.
Okay. Yeah, you should bring that. You should definitely bring that
Alright.
a sample of that.
So you guys do holidays together and everything like that, or not
Occasionally.
often?
Yeah,
Occasionally.
the past couple of years, it's been ever since Mom passed, it's been kind of disjointed. And I don't want to blame it on that. I mean, I've had a long-term girlfriend for 3 years now, and her family is kind of split and disjointed. So it's a lot of scheduling, and I just kind of go like, whatever you want to do, because I don't want to do any of it. So
No, I don't blame you.
So I think, but this year I think I'm gonna make a definite effort because I haven't been around the last couple of years.
We had to,
So-
we had to hash out a day. I had to hash out a day just to hang out with like me, my brother, my father, my stepmom, and all of my step siblings and everything like that. Everybody gets, everybody's in their 30s now,
It's
so
not easy.
everybody's fucking busy.
It's not easy.
Yeah, so
It's crazy time.
tough to get around. And you're in Middletown. Who the fuck wants to go out there?
No, that's what I said. Who wants to go out to
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie? But
Yeah.
it's
Well, we're thinking about doing a Thanksgiving at my place next year.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Are
We'll
you
see if,
spatchcocking?
Yes, I will be spatchcocking
Mm.
my turkey. Do you want to talk about
what?
spatchcocking?
Yeah, you have to explain it now.
Yeah.
So, we've always done a brine on our turkey.
Okay.
We did a wet brine one year, and it worked out nicely. But then the next year, we did a dry brine. Now, the spatchcocking part. The spatchcocking part is what spatchcocking is. You cut the backbone out of
Okay.
the turkey, and then you break the breastbone so that it lays flat.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of cooking it, one big round.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Because the hardest part about cooking, especially a big turkey, is having the dark meat be done and the white meat still be moist.
Yes. Yeah,
So
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it this way, the breasts are in the middle and it's all sitting flat.
Yeah.
So
and
the outer parts cook faster.
Well, the legs and the
Yeah.
legs and the thighs are they're kind of set up, so they cook faster.
Yeah, why not? That's
But the brining part is the most important thing. We started doing dry brining, and this is all from like watching the Food Network. This is Alton Brown back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That's the first recipe that comes up when you look up spatchcocking a turkey.
Yes, Alton Brown's
Yeah.
dry brine is the one that we've always gone with.
What's a dry brine?
Now it's basically you spatchcock the
not a
turkey.
brine.
It's not really a brine.
Yeah, like
A wet brine is just that. It's like it's basically making pickle fucking pickling spices.
That's like
Right,
saying
yeah.
honey mead.
Yes.
It's just brine is brine, and what you're talking about is a dry rub.
Yeah.
But it's using brine
It's-
type of spice.
What it is dry aging, really.
Okay.
So what you do with a wet brine, you just fill a cooler up with water and salt and all this stuff, and you set the turkey in there for like a couple, 24 to 48 hours. Take it out, you bake it, blah, 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 blah. This one, you cut the backbone out, and we found a new recipe where you mix baking powder and salt, and you rub it all over the turkey, and then you leave it uncovered in the refrigerator we left it for 3 days, covered in cheesecloth. And it's gross. It comes out feeling like the skin on a pork loin, like a pork shoulder or something like that. It's like leather. It looks like a big ass catcher's mitt. It's disgusting. And you put it in the oven on 450, 500, somewhere in there for like 15 minutes, and then you take it down, and then you probe it the whole time, and just make sure you get to I think we got it to like 150. We took it out, let it rest for like 40 minutes, and then boom.
What does the baking soda do?
Dehydrates it.
Yeah, it pretty much it takes all it brings all the juice and the flavor to the center instead of
Yeah, it's
It does what the salt does,
you're,
but
you're relying heavily on butter.
Yeah, well, that's the other
you have
thing.
to add a lot of butter.
Before we put it in the oven, Brooke released the skin from the meat and then stuck herb butter underneath it.
Yeah,
Brooke is a vegetarian too, by the way.
Yes,
Okay.
she
And
did
she
all
does
of
all
this.
of this
This
for him.
is all of her thing.
Just for him.
I was just assuming that I was going to do it, and then I came home one day.
That's
or
nice.
actually, no,
That's
we were
nice.
doing the
That's nice.
podcast, and she was upstairs, cutting the fucking thing apart. So
Yeah, Amy goes, so when I go into the Bosch's house, I'm like, so this is what a grown-up's house looks like. And I'm like, no, you don't. It's because Brooke's a psychopath. It's because she has mental problems, and then she has imbued you with those same problems.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's when we work in a coffee shop at an espresso bar, and he's quoting "Mommy Dearest."
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt. Just cleaning. When he
Like the
closes and I
OCD
open, I'm very
type
happy.
Yes,
stuff,
yes,
or-
yes,
yeah.
yes.
My friend, his girlfriend is big OCD. We
She's
went on
not.
vacation with them.
She's
clearly tired.
calculated. I am OCD.
Gotcha.
And once I'm trained to do something, I
Yes.
can't unsee
It's
that.
just in
thing
his
that
head.
is-
He's like, if I don't clean it, Brooke will be mad. If I don't clean it, Brooke will be mad. If I don't clean it, Brooke will be mad.
Yeah, so my coffee bar when I'm working it is spotless. What about you? OCD? No?
Me no.
You're able to walk away from something? Piece of work or whatever?
Maybe I'm a little OCD. I think so. If I can't,
Because there's a shit ton of detail. in
yeah.
that
If I
fucking- in
can't,
that
if I
thing.
don't do something right, it'll ruin my entire day.
Okay.
So if I do a bad brush stroke or something, it'll just ruin my whole fucking day.
No, me,
I'll
I
have to
just
come
I
back
go
to it.
like that'll be fine till tomorrow, and then I go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'll take another look at it.
Yeah.
The intro to the Sponge, the Dead Radio Field Trip that I just released today. I had done that, edited it, and it was ready to go. It was cut and printed and whatever. But I re-listened to it and I said, nope, I want to do it over again. I had to do it over again. It still wasn't that great.
That's why I can't edit drunk. When I edit drunk, I'm like, let me just, I gotta listen to it again. And I do it 15 times, and then I'll be like, you know what, it's not ready. Maybe I'm too drunk. And then I listen to it the next day. I'm like, that's fucking great. Why didn't I just upload it? That would have been fine.
Yep. It just, you put your stuff under a microscope, and you're
that's true.
Everybody always says you're your worst critic, but
You.
sayings like that don't give credence to that, to what it means. Like, when I write a song, when I do this show, and I'm sure it's the same for you, it's never going to be good enough. You just have to, I think,
but
finishing something is
Yeah.
just knowing, or not even knowing, but learning to tell yourself enough and then backing off.
No, it's true. It's true because you'll never get it done if you just keep
Yeah.
milling it over. You'll never get anything done. So
You ended up
just got to
almost-
prove on the next one. That's it.
Yeah.
and making the process painful instead of fun. Yeah,
No,
doing.
when you could sit back and see something that you did,
Mhm.
it's worth it. But during the process, sometimes it gets a little dicey.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm a creative person, but I definitely am completely fine with going, yeah, no one's gonna know the difference, and just stopping. Yeah, like just in that sponge video, like where it pans out
Oh,
and
yeah,
fades.
yeah,
That
yeah.
took an hour.
Yeah.
It took an hour to get that right, and it you can definitely see it, but then there's like in the first iteration of it, it's not quite as good. But no person that doesn't know Premiere or is a film editor or is into making movies and stuff is ever gonna fucking notice.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I could go, yeah, that first upload wasn't as good. Second one's better, and we're done.
I wish I could be okay with that.
You're a musician?
I am.
All right. What do you do?
Well, I
he's
mean,
a musician.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Let's do it loosely. I'm just I play guitar and
Okay.
a little bit of bass. I actually originally set out to do bass, but
Life got in the way.
life just got in the way. Guitar got in the way. My stepfather told me to start on guitar and then move to bass, and no offense to him, I think that was the worst possible advice
He
anyone
fucking
could
played a
have given.
banjo.
No. My father played a banjo. My
Oh.
stepfather was a bass
I didn't
player.
hear the stepfather part.
Yeah, my stepfather John was a badass bass player.
You should start a band with him.
I don't think his heart's in it anymore. But yeah, he told me to just play guitar,
Yeah.
and I started playing guitar, and it just kind of took over. And I never learned how to play bass.
Do you do gigs or do you do?
No. That's all in the past.
He was a younger man.
Oh, I got.
I was a younger man. I was young and
Do you
foolish.
guys want to watch a video of Bosch when he was a younger man?
Oh my!
You have some stuff queued up.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
Where did I put it? I might not be able to find it.
I hope not. No, but I was in bands in late in high school and then in my early 20s and everything like that. And I just I stopped doing it. Went to school, got a job. You
Yeah.
know how it goes.
No,
And then I just one day woke up and I was like, I'm fucking miserable. So I quit my job, joined the coffee shop, and then started this whole thing.
Well, this is
So
cool.
this has been
This
has
is
been my
nice.
time instead of music. But
I like what you guys got going here.
Guys
this is very cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But we're just trying to, I don't know, have some local radio, local talk radio
real
instead of
local talk radio.
Yeah, real local talk radio. So, but
That guy I do the covers for, he actually has a radio show out of where is he? He's right here. He's in Poughkeepsie. It's called the excuse me, No Ideas Original Radio Show.
on what? On what?
It's on I think it's Vassar WVK,
VKR?
Oh,
WVKR.
VKR. Yeah,
Yes,
we're I mean, I wouldn't call us friends, but we love them. I love them.
Well,
Sunday mornings.
apparently,
his
a
show
few
is
of them
on.
don't like
all
us.
hip hop. He has hip hop guests and all that shit.
Very cool.
We would love to have him on. Send our info.
I will.
Yeah, I
Let's
will.
trade.
Yeah. Do you want to pull my screen?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I guess this is video of me.
Yeah. So I've always been into video.
Is
I
this the
wanted
one
to.
you showed me before?
Yeah. It's gonna be terrible. Yeah. So I've always been into video. So I wanted to be a filmmaker because of Kevin Smith. that's just because of Clerks. All I can hear is my hard drive messing
It's
with my
fine.
head.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Only I can hear it, I know.
Oh.
I always wanted to be a filmmaker because of Clerks.
Yes.
I need to get that VCR so I can digitize our fucking movie trailer.
We
will get hit on YouTube because of the music, but I don't give a shit. We'll just put it up and we won't monetize it. So I wanted to be a filmmaker, but it was hard back then. You couldn't do it on tape without like having a very expensive computer and all kinds of shit. I remember fucking editing in iMovie on those fucking weird egg-shaped iMacs.
The iMacs, yeah.
And so they had 512 megabytes of storage on them. And then you had zip drives with 512 megabytes of storage, right? 512 megabytes of storage at 360p, which is what a Sony Handycam shoots at, is 7 minutes of video. So you needed to edit. You needed to take your 7 minutes of raw video, edit it down to whatever you want it to be, and then export it to a zip drive, pull the zip drive out, and then take another 7 minutes of video, edit that down to what you want it to be, put it on another zip drive, and then stitch it all together at the end on tape.
That sounds painful.
It was fucking horrible. So so all of my videos were under 7 minutes long, because if you wanted to make anything longer than that, you needed to export it to tape.
Oh, God.
It was fucking horrible. So basically, you needed to have your transitions. So this is the early days of digital editing. Your transitions needed to all fade to black so that you could put them on a tape. It was terrible.
Yeah. It looked terrible, too.
So this is shot on my Sony Handycam, which I still have, which is I export. And this is a completely random, lucky moment because I was just seeing if the hardware and software worked to play video, record it to my computer. So now I can rip all of my old tapes to digital.
Okay.
And you can see the quality is just amazing.
Yeah. That's
So
that
this
retro look, though.
Yeah, so
Got
this
that
is
retro
shot.
feel.
This is shot on 8mm.
It looks like it was shot on
tape.
8mm and then projected onto the canvas sack that Jason had on his head in the second movie.
We'll go full screen with it too. So this is just really, I took a random tape, I put it in the Handycam, I click play, I click record, and this is what we came up with.
Okay.
This is at a house party at my parents' house when we were 16 or 17 years old. We were drinking Old English 40s.
That's good
and
stuff.
I don't know why I asked you to do this.
The champagne of 40.
Have you ever had that on the show? The 40s, the
No, but we
Old
should
English?
do it.
An Old English
Should
night?
have
You
an
haven't
Old
done
English
that?
episode. I'll fill mine with Gutenberg or something. I don't know.
We should do Edward 40 Hands on the show. I'll fucking do that. That would be fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I drank plenty of 40s with your wife.
Yeah, that's all we drank in Middletown back in the 90s. I didn't even know there was. I remember the first time I had a Sam Adams. I'm like, what is this
this?
shit?
I remember
Where's that malt liquor?
I remember Aaron's high school graduation party.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Was I there for that?
I was no. So I was.
I've been to a couple parties in Middletown before.
Yeah.
When you had the Pulsar.
Oh yeah, that might have been that. No, because you didn't sleep over. We slept over. Did you?
I might have.
Might have. We were because her high school graduation party we would have been 15.
Okay. So no.
So I drank at that, and that was like the first party where my dad was like, "Yeah, you can drink. I don't care." And then you were there too, the college graduation party where we all slept in tents outside. You had to be there, right?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, kids, this is what alcohol does
Yeah.
to your memories.
Yeah.
It skews them.
Well, anyway, so this is Ryan Bosch with his luxuriously long hair and his fat neck.
It's.
I mean, I'm overweight, but I'm saying you look good now. You didn't look good here.
I know. When I have
Your hair looks good though.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's-
full body.
it's like a
has
fucking-
shine to it. Pantene.
It's like a
provides it.
Tresemme commercial.
my father said to me, if you're gonna have long hair, God damn it, you're gonna keep it nice. So he used to like get me like salon quality fucking all this nice shit.
That's
so my hair looked
It shows.
fucking really good in high school.
Even in the low quality of the video.
Yeah, and this
it
is
shows.
just we haven't even watched it yet.
But
and
I
we're
had
already making
really
fun of it.
thick I still have thick eyebrows, but those look
Thick
really extra
eyebrows?
thick. I don't know.
All right, we're just gonna play it.
I don't want to.
Oh,
All right, so can we?
See,
All
I
right.
don't know what that was.
So I used to do this thing that it was like the maniacal laugh or whatever the hell, and I used to do it well. Somebody asked me to do it on the fly. I'm pretty sure it was John, and that was me doing it. But it's not as good as I remember it sounding, and everybody used to laugh, and that just makes my spine tingle. Yeah, so quality clips like that are coming.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and look at this screenshot.
Yeah.
I just want to screen grab that and put it on Instagram.
No, watching your old
It looks like
self doing silly things is
Adam said
it's a little weird.
Adam said something a long time ago. He said, I can't remember who he was talking to, but he said, we used to film each other when we were in high school doing just thinking we were funny. And I watch them now, and they're the most painful things to watch.
Yeah.
So from that, I learned not to take myself seriously ever. Even though you
that
seem
was me
to.
taking a screen grab.
I get it. Even though you seem to take yourself pretty seriously.
Yeah,
on certain areas.
Yeah,
However,
for
but
sure.
that was a valuable lesson for me.
Yeah, to go like,
oh,
if 10 years ago I feel like I was a douchebag, I'm probably a douchebag now.
Yes.
That was what it
any
came
less
from.
of a douchebag?
Yeah.
Though, or
Well, but
you gotta
you
learn
might have
it.
improved as a person, but
Yeah.
you always, it does help ground you to go like, I'm probably being an asshole right now, and I'm probably going to regret everything I'm doing.
Yep.
You know?
Helps you not take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's with this show.
Yeah.
That's why I'm able to be like, that sponge interview. Yeah, buddy.
I think there's a difference between not taking yourself seriously and I'm trying to word it correctly. So going, I think what I'm doing right now is valid and good, and I think my opinions are correct. But if I look back on myself about how I'm acting, I might think I'm being
It's
a
the
douchebag.
delivery.
Yeah, yeah.
Your delivery comes off very strong. You know.
Yeah.
And my delivery comes off very weak.
Yeah. It's a very weak constitution. It's like
So together.
It's like a woman.
Wow. Oh,
that's not
geez.
an insult to women. It's just an insult to you.
It's starting to sound like a Michael Scott thing. Anyway, Jesus, we've been talking for an hour and 50 minutes. That's how fast time goes by on this show.
Yeah, that's been cool.
And you still have more stuff to show?
I do. I have a whole shit ton of stuff.
We just
feel
wanted
like-
to talk about booze.
Yeah,
I
I just
don't know how.
I want to see
good it
one
is,
more real quick thing. One more real thing to cap off the end of the show.
All right.
Not real thing, like it's fake or anything like that. But you seem, Jesus, you brought everything.
I had no idea what
this
I
was
was getting
gonna be.
into, so I
Not a lot of people
more
do.
than not enough, you know.
Yeah. And next thing you know, they're staring at a
Do you
dick
mind
on
if
the
I
table.
steal one of these Brooklyn Winters? Because I've never had that.
Yeah, I never had one of those. That's why I brought them.
Ah, how is it?
For a winter ale, it's it's a quality. It's quality.
All
It's
right.
not disgusting or anything.
I remember
I
Sam
find-
Adams Winter Ale used to be like the big goddamn thing.
I think it's better than I like it better than Sam stuff.
Well,
I haven't
Sam's
had their
going
stuff.
downhill.
that I
Yeah,
liked
We've
in a
talked shit
while.
about them before.
Yeah. But I'll show you
So it
one
looks
more
like you got
one more page.
some like more sketchy stuff.
This is an unfinished comic. This is my horror comic, that Mason comic.
Ah, yes, Mason.
So
Mason meets my softball team at a bar, and they get into like an altercation. And he can't be killed, but they beat him down pretty good. And there's just some scenes from that.
So Mason is a serial killer, kind of
With a heart of gold.
a la Michael Myers.
Yeah, but
Like-
he gets this like so he's been buried. He got buried. He got defeated, and he's awakened by a couple of guys. They go out in the woods. They're drinking. They're looking for his body. Just as a joke.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're gonna look for Mason's body.
Stand by me.
And they're drinking similar to that. And they're drinking Four Locos.
Ah,
Nice.
But But these are special Four Locos. They're the original recipe before it was changed. Because Four Locos first came out, they had like caffeine in them.
Yeah, like
and they changed the recipe because
because
people were having like heart attacks.
Well, and they became illegal in New York.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the guys has an illegal case that he got imported, and they're drinking them, and they're cheersing, and a couple of droplets spill down. And they go down the roots, and they awaken Mason. And he goes off on this killing spree trying to find this juice that's rejuvenated him. And they're going bar hopping. So they're going from bar to bar, and they're drinking Four Locos on the sly, and they're like dripping it. So they leave this trail of droplets of this original recipe Four Loco. And Mason just goes in looking for this stuff. He goes from all these bars. All the bars are real in Middletown. He like just kills everybody.
So wait, you have him walking around like at Middletown? Like that's where it plays.
And
takes
by
place?
the way, he has a paper bag on his head.
Yes, that map. There actually is a movie. I made a movie of Mason. I have to find the video. I haven't been able to find it. But yeah, so he goes to real bars in Middletown killing, and that's what this comic's all about.
That's fucking great.
And he meets the softball team.
I'm
and
just
then-
picturing. You've seen Underworld, right?
Yeah.
Where the blood goes into the desiccated vampire and
Yes.
he comes to life. Like
It's-
that's what I'm picturing.
it's
just,
like that.
It's just Four Loco.
It's like that.
And so what's with the paper bag?
I don't know. we actually created it. A couple of friends of mine. We all created this when we were like 13.
Oh man!
So
that's
I was
funny.
like trying to bring up to life in like.
Hey, good for you taking taking 13-year-old you humor and carrying it into your late 30s.
Yes,
All
very
right.
late 30s, like teetering. Ooh.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. But I'll let you guys see this shit. It's it's pretty funny.
Well, I'm very excited.
Yeah, and I like the ideas that you have for. Jesus Christ! What was the jockey? The mechanical horse?
Oh, that was for somebody.
Look at this shit.
I don't even know. This is the Four Loco. I don't even know how to show you this stuff, but
It's just.
there's
So
a
it doesn't
lot.
work so much for the radio.
No,
It doesn't, but
But I think we'll do like a little collaboration.
dude,
and,
this is
yeah.
fucking hilarious. The fucking paper bag with blood spilling out of the
And
mouth.
He's like muscly and he's
Yeah,
got
it's
a-
huge.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got like
no,
a-
it's like Jason. He's like Jason Voorhees, Mike Myers.
Is his shirt denim? Because I'm picturing it denim.
Is he?
It's
like
like
denim
a, it's
button
like
up?
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
denim mechanic suit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
just
like a
that.
jumpsuit.
Exactly.
like
Yeah, it's a
Jason, yeah,
one-piece suit, like a Carhartt suit, maybe.
Yes. I think it's. I mean, if I can add my own 2 cents, I think Adam's on the right track here,
Yeah.
saying that it should be like a Canadian tuxedo type, full-on denim.
Yeah. No. It really
You
is.
know, it makes
So
sense to me.
grease stains
Yeah, like
or whatever.
denim Dickies jumpsuit, like mechanic's
Exactly.
jumpsuit.
I'll show you one thing where he's really getting wild. A lot of the people that he kills are like people that I've seen out at bars, which is like douchebags and stuff. That I just
People that
wish I could
deserve
kill
it,
them.
you're like, nice.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's one of those comics where you feel good or you feel bad for feeling good while
Yeah,
you're reading
exactly.
it. So
I want to revisit again just really quickly because I know we're about to turn into a pumpkin.
yes, we are.
So your process on this, do you start off with like kind of a sketch and then those are graphite, yeah?
Yeah, there's all pencil.
And then after that, do you ink directly over that? Like how does that work?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Well, it'll go even further than that. I have to plot out where all the word bubbles go first. That's the first thing. You got to figure out where they go.
Oh shit!
Because
Yeah.
if you start drawing what you want and then you try to fit the words in, you'll get in these awkward situations where you don't want to cover your artwork. You're like, oh, I don't want to cover that. I really like how that lamppost came out. I want to
Oh
put
god
a
damn it! I
bubble
never
on
thought
top
of
of
that
it.
part.
So
yeah.
it really comes down to a lot of drafting. You have to figure out how the word bubbles go, and then you have to read it and figure out where your eye goes when you're reading, because your eye starts going certain places by itself.
I remember reading some comics and being like, they totally fucked this up.
Yeah.
Where you're reading and the bubbles are not where they're supposed
Yeah.
to be, and you'll read something out of turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's super important.
There's-
and we
Jesus,
did.
I never
we-
even
yeah.
fucking thought of
Well,
that.
we didn't
That's
talk
not
like
even something
like,
that goes
like
to.
Ryan G. Brown. If anyone wants to check him out, he's another comic artist. For the most part, he does more graphic art and he's done a bunch of covers and stuff like that, but he hasn't really gotten into he doesn't really do like the meat of a comic book.
It's tough.
Yeah,
there's so many layers
it
to
seems like it's a
behind it.
very different thing.
It's all about the flow of it and like where I go leading the person, using the light, using words, using all these different elements to lead someone through it seamlessly. Because if you're aware of what's going on, then I didn't do my job. If you just can breeze through a comic like 2 seconds, that means someone really did their work and they did it right.
I'm going back over the the greeting card, happy birthday kind of thing, whatever you got, mini comic.
Yeah.
And just looking at it now, knowing that that you have to find spots to place words and everything. You look at it differently. Jesus, that never even
wider
popped in my
stuff.
mind
I
yet.
imagine that's a little easier. But then when you're dealing with panels and trying to tell like a cohesive
story,
it's
I mean, like graphic design shit. I hate it. I'm okay at it. Like I can do it, but I hate doing it because like the initial layout takes so much time, and then once you get into like the little nuanced fun stuff, then I like it. But like picking a font and deciding like where blocks of things are going to be, and I just like laying out just panels in a comic. I couldn't even imagine just having to do that. Like which parts are going to be bigger.
Yeah. No, it's cool because like you also have to think of, so each individual panel has to be designed and thought of and planned out, and then they all have to work together also and be balanced on the page. So if I'm putting down blacks, if I have heavy blacks down at the bottom, I need some heavy blacks up at top to balance the page out so it just looks right. There's so many. That's why I love the comics. There's so many different things you have to plan out.
Do you do like an initial sketch and then do a final thing, or is it all on the same page?
I'm doing so many different sketches. I'll do sketches of word bubbles with arrows, just drawing like a path just for word bubbles alone, and then I'll have kind of ideas of how I want those to be, and then I'll have to do a whole sketch of how I want the inks to be. Like I would say there's at least 3 or 4 sketches just of each page, not to mention all the individual stuff that's going on. So it's like tons of sketches.
Jesus Christ, that's a ton of thought.
And you do all of this yourself. You don't have an inker like in Jason.
No, nothing. All myself. I do it all myself.
Sorry about him. He's dealing with being an anchor.
Chasing Amy. Yeah, no, it's a good one.
That's like a must. That's a must if you're a comic book artist.
I did that
right?
show, the one they had in the Mocha convention.
No, really?
Yeah,
no
I did that show twice.
Oh,
yeah. It was a disaster each time.
It wasn't good.
One time it was so hot. It was in the summer, so hot. It set off these like fire alarms because like it was just, I don't know what it was. It was like water vapor, like set off the alarms. It was like 100 degrees like in the building. And we were all out on the corner. Like all the artists were just like sitting out on the curb waiting for the...
Yeah, with your life's work sitting in a fucking booth.
Yeah, exactly. And then that same show, somebody smashed I had this like weird bag that looked like a laptop bag, but it was just full of my like dirty laundry. And someone like smashed my car window and like stole that, like all my dirty underwear. And then like... all my original artwork was in there, and then actually Erin left her spare keys in the car. They didn't find any. They took the underwear and bounced.
So they took your fucking dirty undies,
They
dude?
took it and bounced, yeah.
I'm just thinking of big.
And then when the show ended, I was like, all right, well, I got a broken window, no problem. And then it just started raining. I had to drive all the way back upstate. I had this like plastic.
Shit.
Yeah, it should be a comic, actually, but that was a disaster.
Somebody mail you a toe with a green painted toenail?
They mailed me back. They mailed me back my underwear. That would have been nice.
Shit. Well, I don't know. I think we're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to end the show.
We're about to turn into a pumpkin, I would say. Lewis, it was a pleasure.
Yes, same here. Thanks for having me.
You prefer Lewis or Lou?
I get them all. I get all different ones. So
I've always called you Lewis.
Lewis, Lou, Louie. It's all over the board.
Louie, another Trading Places reference. All right.
There's a whole bunch. So it's totally fine. Whatever you prefer.
I love what you're doing here, man.
Thank you.
I like the whole comic book thing. I'm excited to see some fucking local comic books. How about that
Yeah.
shit?
You're-
That's awesome.
And the fact that you're a self-starter and you're like, well, I work at a print shop, so it's not that big a deal to print my own comics.
At first, I wasn't huge on Mason, but now I am. After that, after the bar thing,
Yes.
I wanted.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to see more Mason, and this Vesuvius one. The look and feel of it is if that's what you're looking for,
Yeah.
and I think you captured it.
Thank you very
It's
much.
very retro looking, and like I said, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was the first thing that popped in my head.
I appreciate
and
it. Thank you.
I like your sense of humor here. It's very like over the top and kind of it's spastic. It seems to me, and I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of comics take themselves way too seriously.
I appreciate
like
it.
The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, but it's not the best comic.
Yeah,
ever,
they
really.
forgot about the kids.
Yeah, I mostly read The Walking Dead so that I can find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, they got us all hooked.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
So, but I like the fun stuff. I miss the fun stuff. I miss Spider-Man being a big old dork.
Yep.
That's what I miss about comics. It just
Yeah.
got all serious. I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
as the people that were making the comics when they were young, they just got older and then full of themselves.
This is
and
the
then that
fucking
just
Dark
turned in-
Knight. That's
yeah.
what did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody went dark. DC
Yeah.
keeps going dark.
Yeah,
They
I don't
don't learn.
Marvel stays fun though.
Yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome. I love that shit.
Oh
so.
yeah, that was pretty amazing. And oh yeah, the Deadpool 2, the trailer dropped.
I'm excited.
It's
about
pretty
that.
much just Deadpool acting like Bob Ross painting.
Yeah.
a
Did you see
fucking-
the one before it when he was the phone booth?
No. Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
It's
So-
like, not
Those are
on
great.
my watch.
But yeah, definitely want to do some work with you guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's-
we
let's,
should make something short,
So
a little comic.
the
for
way
you.
that we kind of are going to approach this with local artists is do what you feel, man.
Yeah.
Just do it. No input from us whatsoever.
I
Okay.
would prefer
if-
that
if
something that
you-
comes from
just from my
Yeah.
meeting with you guys and just
Yeah.
come up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
So like if you could
Yeah.
do like
Good or
a
bad.
little 4-page something, like
Yeah.
this is a little bit bigger than like a jewel case, like a
Yeah.
suit. No, it's probably the same size. So if we could do something like this, I mean, I'd be happy to. I mean, how much could it really cost? I'd be happy to fund the
a
print.
It's
mini
all-
comic.
If it's all black and white,
Yeah.
Do you know
printing is nothing.
Gas Huffer, the band from Seattle? I don't know. You probably never heard of them, but this band Gas Huffer from Seattle. I'm a huge fan of theirs. They used to print out. They used to make a comic book for each album.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, and I've been
I-
trying. That's something I've been trying to
Okay, here-
to do with people for years. My friends and stuff. Like, look, let's do
Okay.
a concept album.
Here's
let's
what
do
I'm
comic.
thinking.
A plan
mini,
is-
a mini
Danny
comic,
DeVito, a plan is
mini,
forming.
A mini comic about this size.
Yeah.
And then we could also release. Remember how we talked about like doing like Dead Radio Presents, and then all the artists that have played music in the studio.
Okay.
So put out like a 6-song EP of people that have played shit in here.
with art.
with a little 4-page thing. You'd sell it at Dark Side.
Holy shit!
Sounds
Yeah.
very cool. I think
Yeah,
something
that'd be
just
fun.
happened during it.
Yeah, because we've got. I mean, we have enough. Like we've had 6 people perform in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 1 song from each.
Would
Just
they
gotta
be
get-
incorporated in the book?
Not necessarily. I think it should just be about us.
Yeah.
But again,
fuck all them.
Do whatever you want. So I can send you any
I like-
information you need, but
yeah.
I kind of like. it doesn't have to have anything to do with the art, like the artists.
Sure,
Like just
sure.
whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you're thinking.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
That would be really fun.
No, I like that. That's the kind of project I like to do.
Yeah. So that'll happen.
All this
at some
stuff
point. Yeah.
that I do for people, I don't get paid.
Really?
Yeah. I don't.
Well, I mean,
I
if
don't
we-
ask for money for
like,
people.
So the thing that we did with
We
Ryan.
should start.
Well, if you know what, it takes away from it. You know, I have a job.
Well, the,
I make
the,
money.
the thing that we
True
did with
artist
Ryan,
over
like
here.
we agreed to give him a percentage, and
Yeah.
it didn't
Oh.
sell as well as I'd hoped, but it was the first one.
Yeah.
So you know, if
Yeah.
we
We
do
could start with something, and then
if we do something like that, you know, get
Yeah.
the artists involved, maybe
Yeah.
sell it at their shows. We
This
could,
is the
you
shit
know-
people missed out on.
Yeah. Oh. Your shirt? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I'm just facing the camera.
no, we'll
So,
make a little project here.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Let's do it.
All right. So I don't have a lot of titles tonight.
That's
Because-
usually good.
Yeah, because it wasn't a band in here, and I wasn't just paying attention. I was actually participating. So this one's a hashtag.
I have
It's not
something
really a
else.
title.
I have a
So I have so what I've been writing down are possible titles for the show.
Mm-hmm.
We have Viking Mead helmet.
Okay.
Noon 30.
Noon 30.
And
Okay.
fuck it with a PH.
I don't remember that one.
That's the shot that
Thailand thing.
Yeah.
I also have it was a disaster each time. I kind of liked that one. Yeah, so I guess those are the ones we have.
I would go with Viking Mead helmet.
Right off the bat. I like it. I don't know. How do you feel?
What about a Viking Mead helmet? That's a better
A
title.
Viking Mead helmet. All right.
Yeah.
It's hard to steer away from that. Once you say it
Yeah.
good. Like you're selling that.
All right, so and we're hashtagging Viking cocktail. I like
Yeah.
it. I think this has been very successful. Successful.
Very, very heavy. What are you drinking? Episode.
I know.
So-
I'm pretty. I'm pretty
We
tuned
tried
up. So.
several things.
Right. Yeah. Where can we find you? Louis C. Petersen. It's Louis 1022. Actually, it's 1022 1980. on
I
Instagram.
forgot about that. I have.
Jesus, Christmas Christ. But
It's tough. It's tough to find the name you could use.
Louis 1022 on Tumblr, .tumblr.com. Also,
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Pinterest. Just search Louis Petersen on Pinterest. You'll find me. Louis Petersen Art on Pinterest. You'll find all my stuff. I had a website, but I don't maintain it, so I have no idea what happened to it.
last couple guests just don't understand the social medias.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
We'll learn you. We'll learn you.
All right. Well, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
bringing
it.
beer.
No problem. No problem. I'll leave it here.
No,
too.
you could take it.
Drink it on your way. Drink it on your way home.
Yeah.
Compromise.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah. No, it's never a classy move to take the beer. You leave it.
All right, guys. So definitely check out. We put up a bunch of videos this week, so check out our YouTube page. If you'd like to see more of that stuff, we're doing Eye the Fire next month. That sounded really weird.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're having sex with Eye the Fire
Yeah.
next month.
We're going to fuck the shit out of those guys.
So January 6th at the Chance, Eye the Fire. No, you can't. It's fine.
All right.
So January 6th at the Chance, Eye the Fire, supporting some other band. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Beneath the Fallen and Flaw.
So we'll be filming Eye the Fire. We're gonna make some music videos. It's gonna be fun.
When was that?
January 6th.
January 6th.
Doors
Okay.
at 8 to 2 a.m. or some shit like that. Yeah. So we won't be staying for that.
We'll be there early for Eye on Fire.
Yeah.
Or Eye the Fire. Eye on
Eye
Fire.
on Fire. Let's go.
Life on Fire. Eye on Fire.
I have to pee. Let's go.
Next week we got Queen City Tapes. We're gonna ask them what the hell their fucking
Who the
problem
hell do they
is.
think they are?
Who the hell they think they are? And yeah, we'll go from there. My cat is freaking out.
Shitting or dying.
Shitting or dying.
Sad.
I would go with probably both at this point. All right. Thanks everyone.
All right.
Until
Thank you.
next week.
Good night.
Thank you, Louis.